We're ready? All right, go. If you don't have a tablet, I'll tell you top of my head and every now and then so I can bust players. Yeah, you're in the 7 seat. Ray, you're in the 5 seat. 3,000, 5,000? 2-4. Oh, it's 2-4? I need Don and Roy. One fold?
One folded, two folded, three is all in.
Roy, I need your cards on that box in front of you on top of each other. Got it.
So what did they, when they said it?
I did it after hold. I can do it.
Player 4 fold. Player 6 fold.
He's 5.
5 fold. Player 7 fold.
Thank you.
Player 8 fold. Player 9 fold.
So we're going to join the action. Roy is all in with ace, queen of hearts. Law from the big blind is going to wake up to king, jack of hearts. We should have an interesting feature table here. We have Tara in the 1 seat.
Yeah, this is a table full of like Houston poker legends here. We got Dara in the 1 seat, Russian David in the 2. We got Roy and Noah in the 3 and 4. Team Lone Star Pro, Ray in the 5 seat. Water, who's been on this feature table and final tabling everything that she plays, in the 6. Julie in the 7th. Derek Contreras, otherwise known as Dumb Derek, in the 8s. I could say that because he's one of my best friends. And Lala, who is always a crusher, rounding up the feature table. Now, we do rotate these feature tables and stuff like that, so randomly we did draw this one, but I'm very confident in saying that this is going to be the most fun table in the room right now, rounding out this D flight of the main event. Do we have a final count of players? Do you know?
I heard 8.
It's going to be close to 850.
Yeah, it's over 800. Someone posted the final count. I do not have it in front of me, but yeah, we ended up with over 800 entries over 4 flights.
That's pretty insane for Houston, Texas poker at the Lone Star Poker Series. Noah back there in his Let's Run It Up t-shirt gear.
I've had so much fun with Noah this week. The guy's just awesome.
No, I met him this week too.
Super deep with him in the last flight as well. He was a lot of fun to watch. That total prize pool, you ready for this? $447,270.
That's pretty amazing, and we're going to catch some action on this hand. Roy under the gun. I'm not even sure what the big blind is right now, but he's all in for 59,000 with 2 9s, and he's going to get looked up by some sort of hand. So, as he is all in, Noah with a tough decision. He's got everyone behind him, but I don't think we're just going to be folding away ace-queen of clubs here. Ray next to Noah enjoying some sort of Red Bull cocktail. I'm sure it's just Red Bull on ice, guys.
Absolutely.
We would not be drinking on the job here. I mean, we are in the booth, but that's a different point. So Noah's going to 3-bet here, it looks like, to, I don't know, I can't really tell, but probably 120,000. Ray instantly folding, and this is going to end all the action. David is not going to put it in here in the big blind with the ace-jack after the all-in and the 3-bet. Russia also made a really deep run in the PLO the other night. Been playing poker here in town with him for years. Now, I mean, I said that prematurely. I don't know what the big blind is. He may be forced to call here. I didn't think he was going to, but and now we're going to have a classic coin flip situation.
Russian also took second in the PLO.
I think he took second.
Yeah, I think it was second.
Heads tell you got it, and eventually I'm going to go yell at Brian for standing around the middle of the camera. Come on, man. You're one of the best fuller guys around. Know where the cameras are at.
Excellent full guy.
Nice.
Oh, Roy trips up even though he didn't need it.
Right.
Yeah, Brian's been running around with just like crazy all week long. One of the
think-
best floors I've seen in quite a while.
Well, I mean, he's a professional between him and
Absolutely.
T.I. and Dave and the entire staff here. I mean, all of them flew in from out of town. Nothing but the best here at the Lone Star Poker Series, that's for sure.
Yeah, I've been super impressed by everyone Lone Star brought in from the pros to the staff to everyone. It's been such a great event from start to finish, that's for sure. And we've got a lot of poker left with day 2 and the closeout tomorrow.
Yeah, day 2 starts at 2
o'clock.
p.m.
Yeah.
tomorrow.
And we're both going to be in that day 2.
I mean, if I wake up from the impending hangover I'm going to have, then yes, but we'll see.
We bagged very similar stacks. So Noah under the gun with 9-4 off, probably going to find the muck pretty quickly.
Yeah, hands like these,
yeah.
everyone can see that there's not going to be a whole lot of action.
Yeah.
We're just going to,
See who wants to pick the spot.
yeah. Ace on the button, Dar is obviously going to raise. Now, David seems to be pretty short stack. Remind me to check what the big blind is after this. He might be 3-betting this all in. He decides to fold. It wouldn't have shocked me. An ace in the small blind to just a random button open, especially someone like Dara. They know each other pretty well. picking up Ray on the mic and through the wall.
Two more drinks for you.
They're just shots. We had the lovely Sung just pop in here as our waiter to give us drinks. He's
Looks
going to be
like-
joining us in the booth here in a minute.
Blinds are only 2K, 4K, 4K too, with that big blind
Yeah,
ante.
so,
So not incredibly short by any means.
So David's got the 15 big blind range.
Yeah.
You know, no need to squeeze from the small there. He can definitely pick a better spot.
Absolutely.
Nothing but professionalism here in the booth. You know, having zero clue what the big blinds are for the first 4 hands of the commentary process. But you know, as is all week, the drinks are flowing and nothing but good times here. Now that being said, this is the last flight of the main event. So while this is a very fun table, they are taking it more seriously than quite possibly earlier in the week and things like that. You know, we don't have a final rundown of numbers and stuff like that. Don't quote me on this, but I'm willing to bet that first place is going to be over 70,000, close to 80. And everyone left in this flight is not numb to that. So while this is a very fun environment, it's a $600 buy-in compared to a 75 to 80K first place prize. That's a major, major score, a major event, and cannot thank guys like Hayden and Kim, the masterminds behind this, for putting on such an amazing event here at Champion Social in Bel Air.
Yeah, they've been fantastic hosts all week long. 2 amazing people for sure.
Yeah, no doubt. And I mean, it's so hard to run one of these things. And, you know, I don't know the process. I'm not the brains behind this, so I don't know the process that it takes to put on one of these events. But I know that staffing has got to be first and foremost, and I can't harp on it enough about how great the staff has been this entire week. From floors to dealers, all the way down to our amazing massage girls that have been here all week, making sure that everyone's comfortable. It's been a great time, and I personally cannot wait to do this again. And I'm willing to bet it won't be that long before we do it again.
Yeah.
So.
Already heard some rumors floating
Yeah,
around.
I'm trying to tease, but not tease.
Yeah.
But like,
Absolutely.
just saying, be looking out pretty soon. Be looking out pretty soon for some hopefully new dates. So,
Derek is going to raise to 8K with King 10 of Diamonds. Law defending King 9.
those are clubs.
That's what I meant. It's been a long day. in
How did you
poker.
back so many?
I don't know how many back. It was an accident.
We got Sung in the booth. Sung, welcome.
What's up?
Local
What's up?
Houston legend.
That who busted every tournament?
Hey, it happens.
Look, I was gonna say, you know what? Let me rephrase. I was gonna say that we can't win them all, but like you've proven that you can. So thank you for busting to give someone else a
Yeah,
chance at one of these
absolutely.
things. Like we appreciate it. Now, I'm not going to lie. We did invite Sung to the booth because it's no secret that both of our work husbands are at this feature table.
True
Okay.
story.
I mean, you
Very
know,
excited.
my hubby Ray is there. Sung's,
Dara's here.
yeah, Sung's hubby Dara is there. So it's always fun whenever you got your family and friends at the feature table. And you get all this amazing poker knowledge, especially from someone like Sung, who is clearly better than the rest of us at this game. He's
doubt.
proven it time and time again. So, how are you enjoying Lone Star this week, Sung?
I'm drinking. That's how much I'm enjoying this party.
Attaboy, attaboy.
Take a break.
Trust me. Okay.
What's the mic on?
So, as we wait for hand number 7 to go out of this portion of the feature table, I'm going to give my good buddy Sung a cheers of our drinks
Cheers.
here, man. And we're going to rock and roll this commentating thing for a while.
Well, I don't know if I can do it good, but I'll try.
Best version yet, especially, you know what, like me and Ray been doing this all week. You know what, I'm already having more fun with you. Like this
Sounds great.
this Ray guy, I'm tired of people talking about him, but you know, whatever. He's you know, Houston poker legend.
I wish we actually can hear some table talking. It'll be actually
So
very fun.
normally we can. You know what? Before you leave, Tom, do you think you can tell Eric if we can maybe cut up the mics in the room a little bit? Maybe we
Cut
can
them
do
down
that?
or up?
Because
Okay,
we
they
can-
were too loud.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, maybe
yeah.
just a scotch up.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, we can't hear anything here in the booth. And I know they're out there having a
Yeah.
good time. So just a scotch if you don't mind telling Eric. Or maybe just in our headsets. That was Tom Hudson leaving the booth. He's been here all week, been a huge help. I'm still trying to figure out a lot of these buttons. I've been here all week,
Yeah.
and I've been in this command center a lot of this week, and it is, while a lot of things are very easy to do, this is so complex and over my head.
Yeah, it looks very complicated for sure.
Yeah, and I wish I paid more attention.
Oh,
That's the button I was looking for.
Okay.
So hopefully now, as action goes around, maybe we can follow the
change.
players
Oh,
and see.
yeah.
There we go. Look at that.
you
Action's
go.
on Derek, and that's the first time we've gotten this view. So
Yep.
there's Derek with the magnificent hair. If you have not saw, you know, and I didn't even think about this. Like, you know, you got your husband and your roommate.
That's very true.
at the
There's some
table.
familiar faces in this on this table for
Too
sure.
many familiar faces.
Very, yeah.
I got to spend a lot of time with Lala this week. She's great, man. She's such a blast to hang out with.
And I think Lala and Adara has some kind of history before in the Choctaw Final Table stuff.
I think you're right. Yeah, absolutely.
I turned the mic from 60 to 80%. Is that loud enough, or do you want 100? Not your mics, the table mic. Oh yeah, yeah.
Will we be able to hear it? I mean,
You should be able to. Let's see if this is turned down. Now you're at 100 there, so it should be.
do you want them to turn up just a little bit more?
I mean, that's fine.
That's fine.
I mean, I was just expecting like there will be a lot of table
Yeah.
talking in this table.
Well, they probably are.
Turned down so that it's not fighting with you guys.
Gotcha.
Yeah, we can barely hear him with the headset.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, we got the Derek under the gun with Ace King offsuit. We're gonna see some fire.
Well, he's definitely gonna be raising. I'm not seeing a whole lot.
Well,
Ray with a pocket pair on the button.
Yeah, and the Julie on a big blind with the Jack 10 suited.
Yeah, we could definitely see a
flop.
defend. Yeah, we're definitely gonna see a defend out of Julie, I imagine. Ray might just throw this away. He doesn't have that many chips.
Oh yeah, I see it now. Of course, but he might try to do something just because it's against the Derek too. Okay, so
Yeah,
we're gonna
and-
have a big blind call.
No shock that Ray just throws his hand away on the button there. Don't really have
Yeah,
a.
it's way too shallow to just play the set mine hands.
Yeah, but he just doesn't have enough chips to defend here, and
Right.
no shock here. We're gonna see defend correctly out of the big line.
Nice.
Could have been
Lucky
interesting
one.
if
Check.
could have been interesting if Ray was in there. Ray,
Yeah.
keep your hands out of the pot. No, I'm just playing.
Yep, it's gonna be more like a check. Ray would definitely be not want to see this turn.
And Derek's 100% firing here all the time. I'm not sure if Julie realizes that she could have raised possibly here, knowing that a lot of force could be in her range and
Exactly.
stuff like that. I don't know anything about Julie, and I'm not like saying anything. I'm just saying that possibly could have put Derek in a tough spot.
Yeah.
He did not want to get raised. He knew he had a bet, but he
Yep.
did not want to get
Never.
raised.
Yeah, that's gonna be the miserable spot for him.
Exactly.
You have a top, but the 4 cards straight out there against a big blind.
It's on Facebook, the features table, twitch.tv/the feature table.
Okay, they're just announcing where they can watch feature table.
It will be on Lone Star in a second, but share right now.
Oh, we see Jonathan on the camera is watching the pitch table behind the
Jonathan Gavallo, who is not from Houston. There's Kelly in the background. I'm just going to say it live on the stream. I could not love Jonathan Gavallo anymore if I possibly tried. That dude is a legend in my mind.
Oh,
And could not be happier that he joined us. He bagged in Flight 1B. Love that kid to death.
see, everyone else is already bagged. except
And
for me.
now Law raising up with Ace King and is going to get action from Noah with Ace Queen.
Yep.
Since I've been in the booth, he's only played one other hand where he had a 3-bet Ace Queen of clubs against an all-in, and he lost that. So sometimes whenever you lose a big pot with Ace Queen and then a couple hands later, you look down at Ace Queen, you're like,
Yep.
this again.
And also against under the gun range, I think his flatting is fine.
Yeah,
Don't want to really blow up your equity with like ace queen is a great hand to play the post flop.
Yeah, I 100% agree with you. And obviously, Noah and Law have been here all week, so they've been playing a ton together. I think there's a lot of I don't want to say mind games. You know, we still have a ton left to go tonight, so people are playing it cautious. And again, this being Flight D,
Yeah.
no one wants to bust.
Exactly.
You know,
Yeah.
everyone knows how crucial it is to make day 2.
Yep.
This, for a Houston poker tournament, in my experience, actually, no, it's not my experience, it's just a fact. There's never been a tournament in Houston where making a min cash has been more important than this tournament.
True.
There's never been a tournament
Oh, yeah.
in the city of Houston, Texas,
Exactly.
for $600.
Can't
We're
agree
going to
more.
have over 70 to 75,000, maybe $80,000 first place.
Yeah.
This is the premier tournament so far. This tournament has made history.
For sure. Jonathan. Okay, so Chris is doing something, so I'll be in the booth by myself. See how this game goes.
And joining us in the booth, we have a treat. We're just talking about him. We saw him in the background of the camera. Is the legend Jonathan Gavallo? Say something to the fans.
Hello, fans.
This is my favorite human being in the world. I call him Mr. Giggles. He can't help himself sometimes. He always has a smile on his face, and he's always giggling. Seriously, it's infectious. And I cannot wait until the rest of this table, that are all of his friends basically, goes back and listens to him laugh for the next 20 minutes.
You know, Chris, I'm just happy to be here. I'm happy to watch everyone just playing their game and
Nothing makes me more happy than this moment in my life right now. So, do you want to talk about your experience so far here at the main event?
oh man, so far it's been great. I didn't quite bag as many chips as Chris,
Well, I got lucky.
but hey, I got lucky too.
How many did you bag?
I bagged 351,000.
That's above chip average, right? I mean,
Hey.
that is above chip average, and you know what? I would rather have your chips and your skill level than my chips on my skill level. Okay, I'll tell you that much. Okay?
you know, the feeling is mutual.
Oh, stop
so
it.
If
You
you want
stop
to
it.
switch, I'm here for it.
You know what? We're just gonna switch places tomorrow. How about that?
I'm ready for it, Chris.
And I'm not sure quite what Ray is doing right now, but I'm all for it. So as we look at these nothing hands, King Queen might get a little froggy. Oh, it's Derek
I
on the
see
button.
Derek.
Yeah, Derek on the button's probably going to end up making a raise here.
Good luck, Olin.
It's not going to fall to him.
No, Julie might step out here in the cutoff, maybe, possibly. Let's see here. Yeah, she's going to put in a raise. We'll see what Derek does. We poke fun at Derek a lot. I know that I've been commentating a lot this week, and he's been on the stream a couple times. Of the bounty, he was on the stream, but if you blinked when it started, you missed him. He got dealt the first hand and was out, which is very unfair to see. I mean, he just looked down at 2 queens with 10 bigs and ran into aces, and you want to know what the third hand was?
I'm gonna guess aces.
Aces. He ran into aces and
Looky
aces.
there.
So he was drawing live,
It's almost best case scenario.
but he did not get there. And look at this flop. We got, wow. We're going to see some fireworks here, I think. Julie is not checking because she's scared of a bet. We know that. So if a check raise comes in here, Derek's going to be in a very awkward position, depending on the raise, if she comes in for a raise.
I think she's just gonna call.
Just gonna call. All right.
All right,
Now if she
let's-
makes her hand 4 to a straight, but also Derek now has enough flush draw and 2 pair, and Derek is probably gonna have to put in some chips here.
So it's gonna call turn for sure.
Well, at least minimum call.
Yeah.
At minimum.
Let's see what the river is.
He's gonna need a lot of help to save him here. Oh my God. Dumb
Wow.
Derek Contreras has
With the
made
river of the
runner
century.
flush.
And we're talking about nut and a second nut.
Yeah, and Julie has second nut, and this is spells disaster for Julie. I don't like checking if I'm her. I think I'm gonna bet. And when Derek raises, she's just gonna be in the torture chamber.
Wow, that was a great check by
What a
Julie.
check, but also, I mean, we have to call all bets here, right? Like, there's just no
think
folding,
so.
right? I mean, unless it's just a rip, and I don't even know if you can fold to a rip. Against someone like Derek. I don't know how much these two have played together. Derek's very cute. I make fun of Derek all the time because he's one of my best friends. But in all reality, he's actually a very, very good player. And it shows. Like, his mannerisms, like, he acts goofy. But when he's at the table, you know, the way that he shuffles his chips, the way that he plays most of his hands at showdown value, everyone knows that, like, the kid can play. More so, they know that he can style his hair even better. So,
Best hair in poker.
best hair in
Guaranteed.
poker. And whenever he wins a big pot and does the hair flip, like a 19-year-old blonde schoolgirl, everyone takes notice.
I mean, let's be real. It's the reason we're all watching
I
this
mean,
stream right now.
that's the only reason why I got in the booth, just to watch this. I mean, I can't imagine a fold here. This is just a awful cooler situation, and honestly, at any point in this hand on flop street or flop turn or river, the chips could have got in.
No doubt about it.
So if
Chris.
someone doesn't go broke here, it's kind of a miracle.
Absolutely. Let's see what Julie does.
When the chips go in the middle, wow, is she really about to fold?
Wow.
What an amazing fold! All right,
That was phenomenal.
Julie, you have earned my respect for life. I'm never folding that hand. Good for you. When in 15 minutes, actually they don't have their phones with them. They don't allow it. But in 15 minutes or whenever they talk about this hand, people are going to realize just how good a fold that was. I mean, that was next level.
Who would have guessed that? That is amazing. Julie is playing on another level.
Another
today.
level. Like, honestly, like that was pretty incredible. Getting a look at Sung's husband, Dara, and Russian David. What a table. Like, this is
Dream table.
like, whenever they ask Eric Anderson to come down here, bring a table, put on this production, put it on Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, at the feature table, this is the table we're talking about.
Exactly.
Flight D of the main event here in Houston, Texas at Champion Social in Bel Air. They're like, this table draw doesn't seem real. This seems like it's manufactured, but I guarantee you it is not.
Chris, we were in for a treat today. I am excited to see what entails.
I really wish we had a camera on us so everyone could see how excited we really are.
I'm
All
excited that
smiles.
there is no camera for us. Oh my goodness.
Well,
Let's
David
see.
finally picking up a hand in the big blind. If it folds around to Dara, he's obviously going to be putting in a raise, and he may have to call off against the shorter stack that
This is-
two queens have.
This is bad news for Dara.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens.
David only has, what is that, 10, he's only got 13 big blinds left. Now, if Law gets squirrely here, that might save Dara, but Dara's played a lot with Law, so he probably is going to be 3-betting here a lot of times, but what might save him is the fact that David's so short behind him. And real quick, I think the chip stacks are wrong. That looks like a lot more than 53,000.
Oh, it's actually a lot more.
That is for sure.
Okay, so ignore everything I just said. Now he's putting in a raise, but
Yeah.
that has to be more than 53,000.
Yeah. David's just gonna take down the money here. So
Okay, Roy.
So while we are in the next hand, I'm actually going to go next door and I'm going to go confirm some chip stacks because I don't want to look bad talking about what they should be doing if we don't know what they have. So real quick, Sung's going to take over for a minute with Jonathan Cavallo. I'll be right back.
Legend
welcome
Jonathan.
back. How you doing, man?
Good. I'm just taking over until Chris is just confirming the chip stacks.
Man. Gosh. This is a great tournament, let me tell you.
Yeah, it
The
is
Lone
a great
Star
turnout.
Texas tournament.
Everyone here, even out of town, this is great. Like because of ever since the COVID happened, we never get to play each other like for a while. Like all this Choctaw, everything was closed. Now it's like everybody in Houston, we were all playing together. It's just a great time.
Man, we've got to make the best of it, I'd say.
All right, so I'm sure they're confirming the chip stack because
Everybody else.
Davey was all in. Apparently, he looks like he has a more than 100K, but screen kit still shows like he has like 76K. Okay, we have under the gun Ray, King Jack suited. I'm sure he's definitely want to open.
This could get interesting.
And
It's 1, 2. There's no 3, 4, 5. There's no 6.
oh, we see Dara has a jack, pocket jacks on a button.
That's a good hand. That's a good hand, son.
I'm kind of curious about if he wants to really 3-bet here against under the gun, especially the Ray.
It's a little bit more likely now that Julie called, but we'll see what happens.
Now we have pocket 3s flat, under the gun +2. Dara with pocket jacks on the button. He must have 3-bet here just because we have a flatter behind. Let's see how he does. He did 3-bet 28K.
Oh, yeah. That's a pretty good sizing, too.
I like
so-
the size. I very like the size.
This hand's just over.
2.8. Yeah. It's done.
Let's move on to the next hand.
That I was right. Like, it was just super, it just looked really off, but I mean,
Oh, okay.
maybe our eyes are just bad here in the booth. But, you know, whenever the commentators have been drinking for a few hours, like, the stack sizes get a little blurry. I walked in there and immediately saw that, it was right. So, any bad analysis is from the Cheetos and Sprites that are flowing. Ignore us here.
And let me tell you, Chris, they are flowing.
The
so-
drinks are flowing here tonight. The drinks are flowing. You know what? Forget about the poker for a second. Let's tell everybody what a good day we had today. We went and did
my.
some escape room. Well, first of all, you woke up and just walked 7 miles with Ray and his beautiful wife Megan.
You know, I got to walk their dogs today.
Yes.
So it's an honor.
actually,
just
one of
to
the
be in
dogs
the
walked
presence
you.
of them.
One of the dogs walked
They
you.
kind of dragged me along, but it's fine. You know, I got through the 7 miles. I got to have breakfast at a country club. I got to just explore Houston.
We went and did an escape room.
Life is good.
Life
Let
is
me
good.
Tell you.
Then between me, you, and Megan, we ate 14 tacos. I ate 6 of them.
I had the other 6, and Megan had one.
Megan had 2. She had one. She had 1 taco and guacamole. Between that and yoga, that's why she looks so good.
Man, she is swole.
She is
Ray,
swole.
He chose a great lady, let me tell you.
Let's talk about how lucky Megan is for a second. Psych.
The real winner is
The real
whether
winner.
Ray bags or not today. He's the real winner.
He's the real winner no matter what. So as this just folds around to a single raise, me and Jonathan can reminisce about the fun day that we had. And the fact that we are going to be back here at 2 p.m. for restart tomorrow, and hopefully not playing the 3 p.m. Monster Stack send-off event, because hopefully we will still be in the main. But I don't want to misquote, so I will pull it up on my phone real quick. Let's see here. We are going to have at 3 p.m. tomorrow a $400 Monster Stack closer that is $20K guaranteed.
Wow.
$20K.
That's a lot.
So if you bust tomorrow and can late reg that Monster Stack, are you going to do it?
Absolutely.
20K guaranteed. How can you not? With a bunch of people that just busted it out of the main, everyone's going to be punting chips off, obviously.
I'm going to be punting chips.
Yeah, hell yeah. Oh, dumb Derek picking up two. I mean, Derek Contreras picking up 2 kings.
How
DD.
lucky is that guy? This is absurd.
I need your cards ready. 9 calls 10,000.
Probably not getting a whole lot of action unless somebody just wants to get super silly froggy. But you know what? At this table, that honestly can happen at any point. Like, you know, it's fun to be on stream, especially at a table like this. But there's a kind of a problem with it when you're playing against all of your friends. They see when they 3-bet you with the Jack 5 off.
It wouldn't surprise me in the least.
It would not. Now this one gets through. We're gonna move on. But you know, these guys. I mean, yes, most of them are friends, but we're all here to play poker. And at the end of the day, we are looking at like a 75 to 80K first place prize, and everyone's playing to win. Dara shooting up to the top of the chip count here at the feature table, followed by Derek Contreras. Ray was rounding out the bottom of the leaderboard. No shocker there. But he looks like he's having a good time. And it's always a good time here at the Lone Star Poker Series.
And let me tell you, it is a great series, nonetheless. So we've crushed most of the guarantees. We've just had a blast playing poker every single day.
Absolutely.
So I'm interested to see who comes out on top of this main event.
Yeah, it's I don't know. I mean, I would love it if you know, all of my friends could final table together. You know what? We're just gonna call our shot. Me and Guevara are chopping at 1-2. So, you know what? If you're listening and you bagged already, just don't even show up. It's cool.
I apologize.
Restart starts
but,
at 6 p.m. I was playing, guys. Just kidding. Restart at 2.
You hear that song?
Come on in.
Don't show up early.
Oh, what a needle. He didn't bag. What a needle. What a needle.
Biggest needle I ever got.
That's awesome. So almost good times were had by all.
We're racing with the Jack 10 of Hearts, my absolute favorite hand of all time. So let's see what happens.
Oh, Ray 3-bet.
Wow.
I told y'all, this is the type of stuff that we're going to see from experienced players like Ray. He knows that Noah can open light, and now Ray's put him in a spot where he's really going to have to continue almost all flops here. I think Noah called already.
I can't imagine him folding.
He might be. Okay.
Wow.
And Ray flops Jen here versus top pair. I mean, let me rephrase. Ray flopped as good as he could with the king 3 of spades
Absolutely.
versus top pair. So if Noah check raises here, the chips are getting in, and Ray's tournament life is going to be on the line, and that's exactly what happens. Neither one of them is going to be upset with the hands that get turned over. Ray's tournament life is on the line. Jack of clubs on the turn.
Ray still has.
And it sounds like, with all the oohs and ahs, yeah, with all the oohs and ahs, we knew that, we figured out that Ray got there. We just weren't sure how. Super cooler situation here once Noah continues with the 10 Jack of Hearts.
That man is a luck box. Uncontested.
I mean, I'm so happy that everyone got to see Ray try to punt with the king three of spades here. Do y'all see what I have to deal with on a daily?
Is anyone surprised by that result?
Jesus. You know, I've been saying it. Ray's washed up. He's showing it. Look at him. He looked at the king three of spades and said, "Let's go to war." I'm just kidding, guys. There's nothing wrong with three betting someone like Noah on the button. You know, he knows Noah's gonna be opening up a lot of hands, and once that flop came out, the chips were just getting in there. There's no folding for Noah. There's no folding for Ray. Did Ray just give the dealer dap or Dara?
No, it was a dealer.
Was it the dealer?
I think it was a dealer.
What is going on here?
Let's be real. If I was at that table right now, I'd give him a dap. That man earned it after that hand.
Oh, he was getting out of the box. He was just saying like, "Hey man, like it's good to see you. We're homies." That's what I'm gonna go with.
Gosh, do you see how happy Ray is?
Ray-
It's like he just doubled up.
Yeah, it's almost as if he just doubled up.
Wow.
Give a quick shout out to Justin Garnire, who is listening to the stream right now. One of our really good friends, one of RunGoodGear.com's ambassadors, and just overall, just one of our great friends. Run Good is one of our sponsors here for Lone Star Poker Series. We've been shouting out to them all week, and we'll continue to do so.
What a great sponsor they are.
They really are. I mean, these jackets. Like Ray can wear the hell out of that jacket, but he can't wear that face mask apparently. But that jacket looks really good. So.
That man would never take off that jacket, but that face mask.
Well, he's eating his finger right now, so it's okay.
It's the true sign of comfort.
All right, so hold on one second. Let's listen in here. There's something going on. I think there might be. I don't know what that was. We were too busy having a good time in the booth. But it seems like everything got settled. There might have been a chip count discrepancy. I'm not really. I don't want to go out on a limb, so I don't want to say all that. But moving on, we got an ace king of hearts, a queen jack of spades. Very good chance that we could see some fireworks here.
This is a 10-handed table. Actions on lock, fold, 113,000.
And we got a raise from Dara with the ace five of spades. And
This could get interesting.
it's going to get interesting. I know Water didn't fall. Oh my goodness, Water wasn't here for her hand.
Wow. that
Ace
is
king of hearts on
very
the button
unfortunate.
goes away.
My goodness.
Oh,
I guess
my-
we'll see a flop.
Oh no. And for those of you that have been tuning in, as I really hope that everyone can hear these cameras right now. I really hope they all can hear what Ray just said, but anyways, Julie with a hammerlock on this hand just takes the initiative and just leads out for 25,000 on the
Should've
queen
just
7
taken
flop.
down here.
I really have no idea what would have happened if Water had been here for her hand. She's been on the stream a few times this week. She loves to get mixed in there. She loves to get involved in pots, and she loves the 3-bet light. So I'm not sure what Julie would have done with the queen jack of spades, or yeah, whatever it was. Queen jack suited. I don't know what Dara would have done with the ace 5 suited to a Water 3-bet. So I feel like the fans at home got a little bit robbed of a fun hand there, but as it is, Julie leads out on the queen 7, takes down a pot, and we are moving on to hand 18
Chris,
of
I
this
have a
feature
feeling
table.
we would have seen fireworks.
We're going to see fireworks.
But on to the next one, my friend. So Noah here has pocket fives, and he raises it up to 11,000. Let's see what happens. There's a decent chance he just takes it all down, but we'll see. La might defend with the king eight suited.
I'm gonna bet. Well, let's see here. 6K to call. Law does like playing a lot of pots, and she's a very, very good poker player. She got 5th in the VIP bounty, and you know, I got to play with her a lot that day. She really impressed me. It's the first time I ever met her, and which, you know, everyone was so surprised. I was surprised after I found out how big of a legend she is. But she played her ass off in that tournament and went for a hero call 5-handed. And it turned out that Lynn, who not only won a tournament the day before, ended up getting second in that tournament, knew that he was capable of bluffing, and he got extremely lucky on the river.
Wow. Man. Yeah, I've been playing with La for quite a few years now, and she has always held her own. Through tough times and good times. She's never
so much
ceased
fun.
to impress me.
She's so much fun. She listened to us order a round of green teas the other day, and I don't think I know I said the F word earlier this week on stream, but I'm not going to do it again. But
I'm proud of you, Chris.
She did say, "Why the F are you rooting Jameson like that?" And I asked her to marry me after that because I was like, "You're the coolest person ever."
Did she accept?
She said she's in the tank.
Okay.
She said if I won the main, she'd consider it.
We'll report to you back.
Well, yeah, we'll
here
get
in a
back to
few
you guys.
days.
Oh, that's a joke. She's happily in a relationship, and she is a awesome person. I've had a lot of fun with her after that tournament, just hanging out with her and getting to know her. It's very rare that we get to be in the booth and know every person at the table.
Man, it is a great feeling
And
just to see all your old friends.
Yeah, and
just battling it out.
Yeah.
Trying to fight and build up their chip stack.
Not only that, but like, okay, it's always fun to do commentary. Like, we know that. It's fun. Watching your friends, and then you get to do commentary, even better. Watching your friends doing commentary, and they're fighting for the last spots for an 80K first place prize. Can you imagine being anywhere else in the world than right now?
Time to be alive.
What a time to be alive, man. What a time to be alive. This is absolutely what dreams are made of.
Man, I could fall asleep any moment right now.
Because we're on cloud 9, not for any other reason.
Absolutely.
Now, to be fair, I think the fans should know this is a little bit past your normal bedtime. You have a very strict sleeping regimen. You're a very disciplined human being.
Usually I'm asleep by 9:45 in the evening, but for y'all today, I am happy to still be
Houston
awake.
Poker has a way of turning things upside down.
My life has been ruined because of it. In the best of ways, don't get me wrong.
I'm pretty sure that on this 10-9-7 flop, Tara has checked twice and then made 9s full.
That's a good hand.
That's a great hand. And because he checked twice, I would not be surprised when Derek looks this up. And he overbet the pot. I don't know if y'all noticed that. There's 28K in the pot. Dar played this hand extremely well to get a call here. I mean, look at those Bambi eyes by Derek. Flutter him one more time for the camera.
He hates to be bluffed as well. Let me
He
tell
does
you.
hate to be bluffed. And no one, I'm not talking about Derek, no one likes to be bluffed on stream. He's going to make the call. I don't blame him. Dara checked that hand, flop and turn, overbet the pot on the river. And he's going to continue his chip lead here at the feature table.
No surprise there that he increases his lead and just...
Haley Ocho just steps into the booth. I feel like we just got Team Run Good in here. Like, Run Good is in here. You want to say something to everybody, Haley? And that would be a no, apparently.
That was a good one.
And with a brilliant commentary from Miss Hochsteller, we're going to move on to hand 20 here. Dara just unfairly picking up another premium.
What a time to be alive.
What a time to be alive.
I want to be in this photo. Come on.
So, cocktails to the main room. If y'all didn't hear that from Raymond Henson,
It is much needed for him.
yes, he just wants another cocktail so he doesn't have to wear his mask. He's just gonna chew on that
How we
straw.
got Ray and Dara both on the feature table?
It's not only Ray and Dara, also dumb Derek Contreras, also Lala, also Russian David, also Noah. I mean, this is just. This has got to be
Water's
the water's there.
Yeah.
Like this
Pure
is
entertainment.
pure
Let me tell
entertainment
you.
at its finest. Normally,
What's her name? Is her name Helen?
Lala.
Oh.
that's Lala. Lala, who has been no stranger to the feature table. La correctly.
Very bold by law.
Yeah, very, very grateful, especially for someone like Dara that could just be three betting so light to all button raises.
Absolutely.
Grateful by law. Dara's always active, first of all. He's not just been active recently. He's always active.
He is very aggressive from what I've seen so far.
Is this your first experience with Dara?
It is. I've never gotten the pleasure to play with him.
Dara is very, very talented.
What time is the closing event tomorrow, guys?
3 p.m. 3 p.m. $400 closing event, monster stack.
What's the guarantee?
$20K guaranteed.
Just enough time to sleep in.
Just enough time to sleep in.
And
Just
for
enough
those
time.
that didn't bag mountains of chips.
That's right. Just because we bagged heaps doesn't mean that we're not going to reg on time for that event either. There's a very good chance that I super punt off all these chips and go play this other event.
Chris, who do you think's gonna punt off first, me or you? My money's on
You
me.
want to do a last shortest?
I mean, it helps us ensure that we make more money.
Exactly, it really
I'm
does.
very tempted right now.
You make more money by lasting the shortest off with the other person.
It's my best hope to the last shortest. It's the only hope I've got, to be honest.
Oh man, what a time to be alive! And if you couldn't tell, poker is alive and well in Houston, Texas. I mean, we just had our first Lone Star Poker Series event a couple months ago. This is number 2. We're gonna be quick teaser, not official. We'll be back in a couple months for Lone Star Poker Series 3, and the first one was a tremendous success. This one even bigger. And I don't see it stopping. I think the momentum is going to keep on going.
I wouldn't be surprised if some people started declaring Houston as the poker capital of the United States.
I mean,
I can't wait to come back and get 3-bet by Jack 5.
it happens a lot here.
Oh, we've got a couple of big hands here.
And Water and Law are going to tangle here. It's not when these raises happen. It's what are the raises going to be. I foresee a 3-bet from Law here. And I don't think Water's going to be folding this hand very often. I got a chance to play with Water a lot this week, and you know what? Honestly, she's tough to play with because she's a go-getter. That is a pedal to the metal. It's time to go get these chips. I've always said this about a few people, and I'll say it about Water. If she wins the main event, it's going to end 6 hours sooner than it should have. She's getting up with all the chips way quicker than the rest of us. This is a huge raise. Look at that sizing from 13K to 48K, and there is no flatting from here on out as she's getting out flatting chips. All week long, I've shown how wrong I can be. We'll see if I'm wrong again.
Chris, you never cease to amaze me.
Thank you.
Wow.
What a fold.
That is phenomenal.
Really is. That's two huge laydowns we've seen here at the final table. 23 hands in.
I was not expecting that.
I was not
at
expecting
all.
that. The fold that Julie made earlier, I want to go back to that. That was next level. So if you're just tuning in, she opened cutoff with Jack Nine of Hearts. Derek defended with King Queen off and on the button, and it came Ace King Queen with 2 hearts. It went bet call from Julie, and then the turn she made a flush. She bet again. Derek flatted. The river came another heart. Julie made second nut. Derek made nut.
And she just
She check folded like a
How do people do
machine.
that?
Like it. I'm amazed. Like if it went like bet raise fold, that's one thing. If check fold, way better than I would have ever been able to get away from that hand.
Playing on another
level.
Let me tell you, Chris.
We could see the cards, and we may not have folded.
I
mean,
you
like,
could have showed me your cards, and I would not
yeah,
have folded.
I would have been like, you know what,
But
these
I'm a
graphics
gambler,
are wrong.
so who knows?
Yeah, these graphics are wrong. This Jack of Hearts is good. We're putting it in here. Those RFIDs and these cards have no idea what they're talking about.
Technology nowadays, who can trust it anyways?
That was a hard check from someone. I'm not sure what just happened
We
there.
got a ray on water action. Action turn.
Action
This is a
turn.
beautiful turn for action.
All right,
And
so
let me tell you, I am here for the action.
and water
Love
just
action.
She just
water
called?
flatted the turn. You know, I'm starting to wonder if we have 2 different waters in this series. Now, I joke about that. There's absolutely nothing wrong with the line she took on this hand. But we talked about this earlier when we got to the final table that this is flight D of the main event. You know, if this was flight A, there's a good chance that a lot of these hands, they would have got it on the turn. Someone goes broke, we go back to the reg line. Now, while everyone's having fun, it's serious time. There's 53 players left.
The last opportunity.
It's the last
for people to get
opportunity.
through.
We're 30 away from. Well, I don't know what the official number is. I'm assuming we're gonna bag around 30 players total. So 20 to 23 players left before we bag. And I pointed on this earlier. There's never been a more crucial min cash in the history of Houston poker.
No doubt about it, Chris.
There's just, you have to get there. And I don't say this often about tournaments. You know, there's absolutely a point where you got to think about bankroll management. There's a point where you just have to fold. I fired 3 bullets. I fired 4 bullets. It's time to give it up. This was absolutely just a must play all the way through the end. Once Flight A got 193 entries, it's max.
3 of those, by the way.
There you go. 190 plus Jonathan. It was go time. Like, it was absolutely have to find a bag and be a part of Houston poker history. Lone Star
I'm just
history.
here for the history.
How can you not be?
I don't care how
And
much
you know
money
what?
I make. I just want to make history.
You know what? There could have
Because
only
it's
been
the Lone Star Poker Tournament.
there could have been only 40 entries in this tournament, but it would have been history because you were a part of it. You made history by being here.
I'm so humbled right
You,
now, Chris.
I mean, such a man crush. I shouldn't be talking about my man crush on you while I'm commentating on my work husband Ray, but I mean, here we are. Dreams do come true.
I can only imagine how jealous Ray is right now.
Yeah, and I
Good
can only
throuple?
imagine.
Is it going to be healthy?
It's going to be okay, and I can only imagine how much Megan is rolling her eyes at home right now. So, as we have this shot real quick, the guy in the suit and tie in the background, his name is Eric Anderson. You've heard him all week on the stream. He's actually the mastermind behind the feature table and putting this on Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, all this kind of stuff.
Chris, let me tell you how great of a job he has done.
Oh my God! I mean, this is beautiful. Now, I have not been this is my first real week of being in a command center. I did it a little bit at the first Lone Star series, and any production takes a lot of work. This is professionally ran, and they make it so simple for a goofball like me to have a mouse and be able to put up graphics, and like I know what I'm doing. They make me look good. That's hard to do.
Trust me, you and I, we need as much help as we can get.
Jesus, that ain't no lie. I'm assuming that Ray opened button here and got flatted, and Water can just decided to lead out.
That was bold.
I like
but
it.
Hey, it worked out.
Oh, I think there's 5 folded.
Water's out here just building up her chip stack by being a little bit creative.
Alright. I thought it was like check.
Oh, or did Chris win that? Or did Ray win that?
I'm pretty sure Ray did not win that pod. Who knows? We're having too much fun out here.
Well,
I'm not gonna lie. Ray giving Derek some knuckles. I'm gonna assume that he might have called him an idiot in the middle of that. Seems to be the trend. I did get a snap from Ray earlier when they were sitting next to each other. I feel like they've been sitting next to each other almost this entire flight, and then they broke tables, got sat across from each other, and then they ended up moving to the feature table. And
I'll tell you what, I walked around the tournament room probably 3-4 times, and I saw Ray and Derek sitting at 3 different tables, but every time they were
they're
together,
next to each other, yeah.
my goodness, they were living the dream.
They are living the dream. Was that my name? I just heard a yell through the wall and through the microphone. I'm not sure what that was.
Alright, so we've got a Queen Jack 5 rainbow here. Julie has King 9. Derek has King 7. And Noah has 6s. Noah's ahead, but let's see what happens.
Oh, hello.
Noah just takes it down.
We got a gorgeous waitress that just walked through the door. What do we got here? Is this Mexican candy?
It is Mexican
Oh
candy.
my god, I haven't had these since high school.
I've never had it either. I told her to make something tasty. And
Was it Tatiana?
no, it was the redhead one. I don't know. She's the only
Ashley.
one. Ashley.
Yeah. Cheers. Oh, this is not going to be good.
Y'all put me on the wait list for that game? Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
just a normal smooth cough. Oh, that was
Chris
not the worst shot of my life.
Is ecstatic after that shot.
Oh my god, kill me. Oh,
His
woo.
face is one of pure joy or pain. I can't really tell
I either
right
need
now.
none of those for the rest of my life or 10 of those in the next 20 minutes. One of the two so I can forget what that tasted like.
I'd say we try and set a world record.
Oh,
10
man.
in the next 20 minutes. I'm here for it. Are you, Chris?
I fold. Now, speaking of not folding, David's elected to move in here with 10 bigs.
For 63,000.
I think we're at 6K big blind. So this is pretty standard.
I'm really intrigued to see whether Derek decides to call or fold. It's right on the edge. I feel like he's going to think about it for a little bit. And here he is contemplating. He does what he thought he would, and La will fold as well. So David picks up the blind.
Mother
for the
Russia surviving. Known Russian David for a long time. Weird, interesting fact about Russian David. He actually owns my favorite shirt I've ever seen of all
Your
time.
favorite shirt? Will you
All time.
explain it for me?
It is a Coca-Cola advertisement from Russia.
From Russia.
Yes, and obviously can't read a lick of it, but everything about it was so cool. He walked into a poker room one day, and I just couldn't stop staring at it. He was like, "What?" I was like, "That's the coolest shirt I've ever seen." That was like 11 years ago, I feel like, and I just never forgot it.
Quite memorable. And
Very
honestly,
memorable.
I kind of want Coca-Cola right now. It's 1 a.m. in the morning. I am craving Coca-Cola.
Coca-Cola.
Not vodka, not tequila, but Coca-Cola. folds around to Derek on the button, and he raises up the king 9 offsuit. Law folds the small blind, and Dara defends the big blind with the queen 9-0. Flop comes Jack 6-5. I assume Derek will just take it down after this flop. And it rings true. On to the next hand.
On to
Chris.
the next hand, and I'm going to be really selfish. I know that we have a break in 52 minutes, and more than likely we're going to have to rotate tables, which will come to an end of this amazing feature table.
This saddens me, Chris.
It really does sadden me too. I'm having way too much fun.
Is it too late to start a petition to keep the same feature table?
You know, unfortunately, like, I know a guy, but unfortunately, we got to keep everything above board here at the Lone Star Poker Series.
It's completely understandable.
You know what was so funny? So, funny story about kickoff event. Dan Lowry, a good friend of ours.
I love that man.
I love me some Dan Lowry. And you got a little fun fact about me earlier about how I just absolutely hate all things scary movies, scary escape rooms, all that kind of stuff. Way back in the day when me and Dan first met, he found this out and he wanted to, like, you know, oh, let's watch The Conjuring. It's cool, you know.
Oh, no.
So he texted me like, man, I'm thinking about coming down. I said, man, if you come down, I'll watch The Conjuring with you. And he was like, that might get me, you know, blah, blah, blah. So then while during the kickoff event, we had Jeff Fielder at the feature table with Hayden. The legend. Jeff Dixon Fielder at the feature table. And Team Lone Star Pro, Hayden was there. And they needed to move a player over. And so Nathaniel Kogel, I think that's his last name. No, I mean, super pro. I don't want to mispronounce.
Player.
Yeah, don't want to mispronounce his last name. But Nathaniel got moved over, and Daniel texted me, and he goes, "Hey man, all right, you got to be cherry picking these players to go to the feature table." And I was like, "Dude, we have the best floor guys in the country running this right now. They don't care about our stream. They're gonna make sure everything's above board. The right players getting moved. It just so happened that Nathaniel got moved next to Dixon at the feature table. So with that being said, if they decide to rotate tables, everything's going to be kept above board, and everyone is going to be when they move off this feature table, nothing's going to change with these guys. The drinks are still going to be flowing, and these guys are still going to be having a good time. So
yes, sir. Integrity first, entertainment second. So we always keep it above board.
Above board here. You know, and I'm not going to say that I'm not above trying to get away with some shenanigans in a fun way. These four guys are like, Chris. And I'm like, okay, fine. Rules. Let's be professional. Let's not just let me do whatever I want. Cool, guys.
And Chris, earlier today, you know, just a few seconds ago, you talked about, you know, how I learned a little bit more about you whenever it comes to scary times. Would you like to expand on that?
About what we did earlier?
Absolutely.
So we did an escape room earlier today that we're gonna see David raise his hand real quick from the small blind. And you know what, I will tell the story in a second. This hand can actually get pretty interesting. This is a blind versus blind scenario. David's chipped up in the last 20 hands from 50K to almost 100.
He's built up quite a bit.
He's built up from where he was, and wow, that is a big raise, right?
Massive.
It's 2K, 4K. It made it 17K. No,
25.5.
I don't know what it was. David won the hand. Anyways, back to this professionalism commentary that we got going on here where we have no idea what the hell's going on. Me, you, and Ray's beautiful wife, Megan, went in an escape room out in Sugarland. This is going to be an unpaid sponsorship, by the way, from Escape It Again. And I was very impressed with the one room that we did. Now, we're going to go back and do the rest of them.
It was true quality.
It really was. Like I've done over 150 escape rooms.
He is a legend.
Oh, stop it. I mean, I am. But stop You're gonna make me blush. You're not. But you're gonna make me
It's
blush.
true. I see it right now.
But they had a choice between a room called the Seance and Dragon Wizards. But Dragon Wizards was an hour and a half, and I knew my hubby Ray would get mad at me if I did it without him. The hour and a half one. So we did the Seance.
Chris would never have been forgiven.
I would not have been forgiven, and rightfully so. I feel it. Like, I know it, and I'm okay with it. I've made my peace with it. I regretted it because this room was dark, it was scary, and it never let up.
Was it not your first choice
It-
whenever it comes to just the atmosphere?
It was not my first choice, but the production quality of this room was amazing. And when we got to that third room and we had like 10 minutes left, I literally said out loud, all right, Chris, we have to get out of here. Not because we're scared, because we got to win. Lock it in, bro. Lock it in.
And we eventually escaped.
We got out. We got out. So
That doesn't help me. Who called?
Dara here opens up the Ace Jack of Diamonds to 13,000. Noah has the 10-9 of Diamonds and defends. Flop comes 6-5-3 Rainbow. Should be a cut and dry board, so first check.
I think the first person that blinks at the spot's going to win it. And Dara doesn't blink a whole lot, to be honest with you. If he checks back, I think it's just because he's worried about any blind calling him. That's all their range. That's all pairs, all straights, all everything. Noah with a very good read about what's happening here and is eventually going to win this hand. I say that. I've literally made this kind of prediction 100 times and I've been wrong 90 of them. So
And once again,
He did hero call.
Dara,
what a hero call by Dara.
and for the 90th time this week, I'm just stone wrong. And it wasn't because I didn't think Dara could call. That was an amazing
It's a tough
call. That is an
Chris.
amazing
It is
call.
a very tough call.
He will
But
not
Dara
be
is-
pushed around.
When you're that talented, how could you ever fold?
Man, these guys are proving why they are this deep into the fight of the main event. We are seeing a lot of great things.
Hey, Ray, Julie, Dara, David.
A lot of action coming around today, but one thing is for sure. These players are definitely having fun.
They're definitely having fun, no doubt.
So Dara plays back-to-back hands. This time, Dara has 9s.
And Dara plays back to hands a lot. It's just very rare that he has it all the time, and he just keeps having it. Like it's
What
not
a luck box.
It's not fair to be that good, like to be as good as Dara is, and just have it every time. Like
What do you
I can
think that
have,
feels like?
I can have it every time and be busted very quick. I'm not that
That's
good.
usually my go-to.
That's our move.
It's what I'm best at, actually. So Dara's actually taking the ship lead at this feature table. And I feel like we're in for a treat right now.
My tab, it's okay. Put it on my tab.
My tab.
As long as I get in.
There's the beautiful Tatiana in the background, bringing drinks to this feature table.
Much needed drinks. They always help.
You know what? I might stick my head out this door and order drinks on Ray's tab too, since he's buying.
Only seems fair, to be honest.
So glad there's no cameras on us for anyone to see that. I touched my straw and spilled my drink all over myself. That was cool.
Hey, your secret was safe with me. You're the one who ratted yourself.
No, I love routing myself out. There's no secrets here in the booth. We're all about transparency here. There is nothing better than transparency in life.
So we've got a flop here. The Queen 6 with Ace 9. 8 deuce deuce flop.
And we have a couple on couple feud going on here. And this is an interesting dynamic. This is something that isn't talked about enough in poker. everyone here is absolutely playing for first place. Now, I'm going to steal a line from my favorite show of all time, Friends, and that is, Derek knows that Ray knows that Derek knows that Ray knows, right? So what I mean by that is that Derek knows that Ray could have air here. Derek knows that Ace High is going to be good on a lot of 8 Deuce 2 sports. Ray knows that Derek knows that Derek knows that Ray knows that he thinks that Ace High is good here. So if Derek continues here, Derek also knows that he's going to have to call a lot of rivers if he continues here, because Ray is not going to not be betting the river.
It really puts him in a tough position.
That was a lot of they know, we know, they know situation.
And in the end, it resulted in a fold from Derek.
Yeah, I just don't think Derek wanted to call a river bet, and I think he knew that no matter what, he was going to have to if he called the turn.
That would have been a very tough bet call.
Yeah, and I'm 90% sure that Ray was firing river, but honestly, I've been wrong so many times that it doesn't even matter anymore. I made a comment first night on stream that if this hand goes into the muck, I'm walking out of the booth.
Did you walk out of the booth?
I lied. I should have. The hand got folded, and there was no one else here, and I was like, well, y'all can't be silent, but like there was 0% fold, I thought.
Tell you what, I've never ceased to be amazed.
That's why poker is so great. And I saw a post earlier on Houston Poker Live where someone was talking about, I don't want to, I'm going to disguise this a little bit, but they were talking about how they wish like the recreational players knew how to play better and stuff like that. And look, a lot of these people, one of my best friends in the world, Tate Powers, got 3rd in the Bounty Tournament 2 nights ago on stream.
It was such a fun tournament.
It was such a fun tournament. We had a blast. He busted me. One of my best friends busted me, and it was one of the best times I've ever had. And I couldn't have it
yet.
I was over at the second. As soon as he turned his hand over, I told him when we were down to 15 people, tons of witnesses, that I said, like, nothing would make me happier if you won one of these events before I did. Because he doesn't play poker. He owns an amazing sports bar. This was like his 5th live tournament ever. He is here to have fun.
Those are the stories we love to hear.
Exactly. Everyone loves a Cinderella story. And people like Tate running deep, especially on a professional stream like this, that's going to get watched thousands of times, is good for poker. Okay? So when you see unconventional stuff, when you see stuff that doesn't make sense to the common eye, it's good for poker. If everyone played poker perfectly, this would be the most boring game ever.
I wouldn't enjoy it. I probably wouldn't even watch it.
No, exactly. The fact that people can walk up to a cage, give them their money, and then do whatever they want with these chips, use it as their ammo, they play however they want, it makes it one of the best sports in the world.
That's part of the fun.
It really is. I mean, I can't say it enough. Like, we all live a pretty blessed life to be able to just sit around a poker table, have drinks, and just sit around, cut it up, and, casually play for, $80,000. What is that? It's a Sunday, in Houston, Texas.
It's less than 3 Bitcoin.
It's less than 3. It's less than 3 Bitcoin. It's nothing, guys. It's absolutely, what is that, So we're going to look at updated chip counts here. Dara leading the way. Ray shooting up from the bottom of the leaderboard to the top of the leaderboard.
He's been steadily climbing, hasn't he?
As is our BAC, apparently. So nothing in life makes me happier than making Jonathan laugh. Speaking of, we need more drinks. Law picking up Ace Queen on the button.
That's a good hand.
It's a good hand. Nothing but the best from the booth here.
Much better than my usual holding.
Oh, man. I expect to raise in a couple quick folds. Dara folding.
Let's go ahead and move on to the next hand. I don't even want to look at this one.
Yeah, we're just gonna move on here. And I know we're winding down to the series. Cannot talk enough about how, first of all, how much fun this week is. I know you just got in town from the main. For me and Sung, we've been here all week long, and you know we're used to run good events where we travel to Shreveport, Louisiana, Council Bluffs, Iowa, Kansas City, Missouri, Shawnee, Oklahoma, all these places.
Places where people have a ton of fun.
Yes, and we all come together, and it's about drinks, fun, family, everyone having a good time.
And fellowship.
You know how crazy it is to me that we have that run good mentality in our own backyard. I know this isn't your backyard, but for me and Sung, this is our backyard, Ray's backyard. Derek just moved to town, Dara, Russia, most of the people here at this table. The fact that we can do something like this and have this much fun within driving distance, more importantly, Uber or Lyft distance, to our own beds is absolutely incredible.
You know, Chris, I grew up in Texas, and it brings me true joy to see just a tournament series have so much success in the state that I grew up in.
Yeah, I mean, I personally, I never thought that I. Hold on one second. I just want to hear what Ray's yelling at people about.
They're heavier, so when you shuffle, they go to the bottom of the net. But then when you cut, they end up coming back to the top. You gotta think it through. Think it through.
Did you get all that, Chris?
I'm embarrassed to repeat. Now, if you don't know Raymond Henson, and you heard that, 100% you would know that he's joking. Good God, I hope Megan's asleep right now. Just to recap, the clubs come more often because they're heavier with more paint on the cards, so they get shuffled to the bottom, and when you cut, they come to the top. This is one of the best.
Science, Chris.
This is science. This is just fact. I dare you to go look up Ray Henson's Hindenbaum stats and then re-listen to what I just said.
It won't be any surprise to anyone that he has millions of dollars in earnings.
I'm upset. I'm upset and appalled. Team Lone Star. Yeah.
On the other side, I'm honored and enthralled.
Yeah, honored and enthralled. And you know what? We learn something new every day. I'm actually more interested in who he was saying that to be honest with you. We got a suited ace from Derek and a couple pairs in position from him.
This could get interesting.
Very good chance David ends up winning this pre. Especially after Dara flatted. There's a lot of equity to squeeze here. And not a whole lot of equity to raise fold also.
Yeah, especially whenever you only have $92,000.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, not a shocker here.
I'd say that's a good play by David.
Yeah, absolutely.
And if I'm not mistaken, it should get through.
Yeah, it's going to get through. The only way it doesn't get through is if one of these RFID chips is broken. And we don't know what the real cards are. But
then again, Dara might decide to gamble.
Nah.
Dara
nah. He's too good. Dara's too good.
That was definitely the correct.
All right, so do we want to do a three-way paper, rock, scissors to see who has to go get drinks from the bar?
How about this? I'll just volunteer.
Are you sure? I don't know if the stream can last with.
Brandon, turn your volume up on your phone, dude.
Without you, was booth. I mean, I personally have gotten 30 texts about the giggle.
I'm sorry for that.
No. They're tuning in for it. They're all here for it.
You're killing it.
Whichever one of us. You know what? Here, I'll go. I will go. Sung, take over. Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm positive.
All right.
I got this. So,
All right.
Sam, take over for me. Please enjoy.
Oh, people are gonna yell at me. That,
Yeah,
like,
right.
You're so bored.
I'm just trying to get out of the way before the wrath comes, you know? So.
Will you give me a
Here's
Tito
some.
Sprite, sir?
The chronic is about pineapple Sprite. Tito's.
Sprite.
Tito's.
And then whatever shots you want.
Whatever you want.
Get this. Tito's Sprite.
Sung back out. Well, Sung's been here the entire time, but putting back the headset on.
I just couldn't be like watching Jonathan giggling and laughing. It's just so amazing how this great guys came to town and making just so much fun of this feature table. I was just enjoying watching y'all do, two commentating.
You know,
It's one of the best times.
while Jonathan's out of the booth, I can embarrass him a little bit. I've known Jonathan for a couple of years now, and literally never doesn't have a smile on his face. Like, I mean, just always smiling, always having a good time.
Exactly. Like, first time I met him, he was like smiling in all over and kneeling down and like
Yeah,
on
just
the bar. It
having a
was
good
great.
time, man. I mean, it's definitely a treat to see. So we're very glad that he was able to join us here. And
Definitely. And then I heard that he bagged pretty, good.
Yeah,
stuff,
yeah.
too. So
He bagged over
I'll be
300.
gonna do all good tomorrow. And
very
like,
talented player, and very selfishly going to try and get him to stay in town for a while, do some escape rooms. We definitely are supposed to go have crawfish with Ray, Megan, and Kat and Mike soon. So
that'd be great. I know some.
and
good
Sung.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure you
I'll
probably
be very
got.
sad if you don't.
You probably got the crawfish spot, man. Like, you probably know where the best one is.
I'll be very sad if I don't like. Get
No, you're.
invited.
Well, that. At this point, we should just start sharing locations. Like, I want you with me everywhere,
worry.
buddy.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm very, very open to that.
not a whole lot's gonna happen here. It looks like.
Yeah, it's surprised that we actually see three-way flops. At this stage, you actually don't want to lose any stack, but somehow we see the three ways is
Right, and
very
you know
rare.
what? Like, as we're here in the booth, after this hand, we're going to take a look at field size and everything like that. So here we go. We have 47 players left. If my math is correct, we're going to play down to 30.
I believe it'll be 31.
31, so
31,
somewhere in that area.
Somewhere in that
I
area.
don't know what the rest of the tables look like. I'll be honest with you. I have not stuck my head out there. But I will say this. It's going to be hard for a table to have more talent than this one right here.
I can't agree with you more. It's like one of those are the best of the best players left over in this feature table fighting each other. It's so much fun to watch it.
So if you were to redraw right now, I feel like these players would get more involved. And I'm not saying this that they are scared of each other. I think they all know how good everyone else is at the table.
True.
I think that first of all, no one wants to go bust on a straight.
Exactly. Especially the
The last flight.
The price is so big that you have so much chance once you make it. So you definitely want to, you never want to bust it here.
No, you don't. And Derek has dropped down some chips here, and he's going to pick up the blinds and 80s. We are now moving to 8K big blind. This is round 15 of Flight D of the main event if you're just tuning in. If you saw that 265 entry mark, that was the biggest flight, which is not unusual. The last flight's going to have the most. Everyone's trying to get into the last day. But Flight A had 193.
Yeah, and today we had a lot of alternates. People were waiting on the wall, just waiting for their tables because there's too many people got it in.
Mm-hmm.
It was
Now,
crazy.
if you haven't been, we got an ace king, queen jack of hearts. We might see some action. We'll cut back to that in a minute. If you haven't been here to Champion Social, you're missing out on one of the most beautiful clubs I've ever stepped foot into. Not just in Houston, period.
Yeah, even like it's better than most of like good poker room
In Vegas, yeah. I mean, we're talking about a beautiful, beautiful place. There's 28 tables.
Oh, we see it all in
and
here.
Derek is going to get snapped off here. Yeah,
I personally don't like this jamming from Derek.
I don't either. And
Scotty has not played a hand at all.
well, Scotty just got moved here.
Oh, okay.
Scotty just got moved here, and I've known Scotty for a bunch of years. Now, don't get me wrong. This isn't some sort of blow up by any means.
I thought we could see some chopping board.
Yeah, good game, Derek. He was down to 13, 14 big blinds. As we see Derek make his exit from the feature table, he's going to be kicking himself, but in all reality, 13 big blind shove from an open, from a player that just sat down at the feature table, takes a lot of dynamics into it.
I didn't see that Scotty just moved to the table. I was almost said it like that was gonna be the bad shove from the Derek, but
no,
that Scotty just moved. Actually, also you have to know that the player can be kind of a tightish opening range.
But also, you know what? It's a stream. People are going to open up. People are going to do a lot of different things.
True.
You know, we've been poking fun at Derek and his hair this entire stream, but
yeah,
you know,
just because he's our good friend.
He's our good friend, and we love him.
He's been gone, like dipping in every tournament. So that proves that like how good he is.
Yeah, the kid can play his heart out. Just an unfortunate situation that Scotty had it there. So now we're moving on.
And if I do remember correctly, I think Queen Jack Heart are the one of his most common hands that he busted out with.
Derek?
Yes.
Yeah. That's information I'm not privy to.
Yeah,
but
I've been watching and heard from Derek about the hand history. He's been going out with Queen Jack suited.
We're just gonna have to let that one go in the future, dog. Like, but we're not gonna beat up on it too much. So.
No, nothing's wrong with it. It's just like sometimes cards plays itself that you can't really blame on the plays. It's just very unfortunate that how that happened.
Yeah. So as we move on here, we got a lot of face cards here. Only one real hand. Ray has it.
Ray start from the like bottom of the like chip, like 10, 20, 12 bigs. Now he's going to be a chip leader on this table. It's very, very close to Doris.
And let's see here.
Russian David has a King Jack suited on small blind.
And only 12 bigs.
Oh, that's very true.
Now, another dynamic that we haven't talked about yet, Russian David and Ray have played a lot together.
They know each other too well.
Yeah. And there was zero folding this for Ray. There was like literally 0% chance. I know I've said that a lot, I've been wrong. I do know Ray well enough to know that this hand was never going into the muck.
And it's not too bad. On the Davis side, it's still flipping most of the time.
And as Russian David makes an exit, Tatiana makes her entrance into the booth. I'm going to mute this for 2 seconds so I can hit on her for a second.
Yeah,
Alright, it doesn't affect the blind, so they're just like, go.
Holy shit. I answered this question.
We want two. Derek and Trash and David. Go ahead and keep dealing though with the big line passes. See, I'll have a player here before that night. Yeah, and seven folds. Big fold. Man, go to me right now. One more play, I'll break the table and fill them both. One full. Oh, sorry. 118 down. 118. 4 all in. 5 fold. 1 call.
Too bad.
Was this suit or off suit?
It was Queen Jack of Hearts. All right, so now as we get back to the stream here, back to the actual commentary of the stream. Looks like Noah's going to take down a pot here
Oh,
with
he got
King High.
counterfeited there. Dara made a good call or something.
With a 6, yeah,
And,
we're not
yeah,
really
he
sure.
rivered it.
Okay, now, I know we're on a little bit of delay here, so I'm going to give a shout out. I don't know who it was. Someone that is listening to the stream called Champion Social, asked to be connected to the bar, and called in 8 shots of Jameson for the people in the booth.
Yeah.
There's only 2 of us here. So I don't know who you're trying to give it to. I don't know what's going on. And Lynn, who I was talking about earlier.
There you go, my
Okay.
man.
I don't care what happens in the sand. Let me talk about my boy Lynn. This dude got first in an event 3 days ago. He got second in the bounty. Okay, he could not make the main event, and we talked to each other earlier today. He was talking about how much he missed playing the main event. People are all in. I don't care. We're going to talk about the fact that this dude just called the bar and got 8 shots of Jameson for the people in the booth and maybe some people playing poker. Lynn, I know you're listening. I could not love you anymore if I tried.
Thank you for the shot. So we have to cheer it.
We're going, you know what, here, we're going to do this. We're going to do meta on meta. While we are cheersing these shots, we're going to record us doing these shots, okay? And we're going to do this shot.
Oh, shit. I gotta be in it. Hold on.
So,
I'm on camera. I got this.
cheers.
Thank you.
Lynn, thank you very much. We love you, buddy. We missed you. Thank you for this. We're going to get back to the action. Noah has 2 kings here. Ooh. And I don't, listen. I don't know about all the poker that's going on. Someone just called in 8 shots for us. I can't get over that.
This is crazy.
This is, what a time to be alive.
Living the dream.
Lynn, cheers to you, my friend. Thank you very much.
4 all in.
Ooh,
5 full.
that was strong. Thank you for the shot, Lynn.
Tatiana came in the booth. Hello. So confused.
Is the break?
Tatiana came into the booth so confused. She was like, someone just called the bar and ordered 8 shots of Jameson.
Shout out.
It was Lynn that kept winning all the tournaments this week. He couldn't be here.
That's the least you could do, right?
Yeah, exactly. There you go. The guy's been crushing all week. Listening to the stream. Back to the action here. We're having way too much fun here, guys.
Ray's definitely gonna open here with King Jack Hurst.
Yeah, in the cutoff.
Scotty on the button with Ace and X officers. Great hand to 3-bet against the cutoff. Ray.
And especially against Ray.
Exactly.
Yeah, and Scotty and Ray have known
Very
each other for years
aggressive.
too. If, like I said this earlier, I don't know who else is in the rest of this field. I didn't even know Scotty was here. Very good friend of mine.
Exactly.
The fact that he got moved to this feature table is going to make this so much better and make my job easier because I'm not going to have to guess what he's going to do.
Right.
This is a very easy 3-bet for Scotty against Ray's range.
And a pretty big size too. Give him a lot of pressure.
That is a huge raise. I expect Ray to. Well, you know what? I don't want to be wrong again. I was going to say I expect Ray to let this go, but I think he just showed him his hand and folded, which is very. You know what? I don't want to speculate. I don't want to say that Ray showed his hand because that would be very, very unlike him. But maybe he wanted Scotty to know that, you know, he had something. He wasn't just goofing off and messing around there.
Sometimes, like, when you see that late position open, you just have to 3-bet them. Otherwise, they're never going to stop it, you know?
Fun story about Scotty. I in the first Lone Star Poker Series over at Prime, we had a. It was during the Mega Stack, and
This Lone Star Series?
the first Lone Star Poker Series during the Mega Stack, we're on the Stone Bubble. It paid 14 places, and this is not an exaggeration. I would never lie about this because it's so embarrassing. But with 14 people left, I had 40% of the chips in play. And I stone bubbled out of it.
Oh.
Which is impossible.
Theoretically it's impossible, but we all know about, like, you're known as a Chris Bubblefield.
I am Chris Bubblefield, no doubt.
There might be a chance that you actually did it.
and I lived up to it. So I was in typical Chris fashion. When I have chips, I raised a lot of pots on the bubble. And Scotty was on my immediate left, and for whatever reason, this is the first hand. It folded around to me in the small blind. I decided to call with a 6-9 of diamonds, and he checked, and it came 7-8-10 with 2 diamonds.
Oh.
And he was probably second in chips, and we proceeded to, on the turn, just get all the chips in the middle. He had the Jack 9.
Oh my God, that's.
But you know what? I still had like 60K left. I had like 10 bigs. You know, I still can avoid bubbling, right? Well, the very next hand I'm on the button, and it folds around to me, and I look down at 2 kings, and I'm like, well, this will look like a steam shove. So I just put in the 10 bigs with the 2 kings. Big blind had 2 aces.
Oh.
All of a sudden, you know what? We went from 40% of the chips in play. Yeah, we're just out of the tournament.
Oh my God, that's not a good story.
It was not a fun time.
Oh.
Everyone that's listening has to know that that's 100% true. But
Wow.
Scotty ends up going on to get third in that event.
Oh.
Oddly enough, Ray got second, and our good friend Chi got first in that event.
I remember that event.
And because Chi got first in that event, he was one of our VIP bounties this tournament as one of the past champions.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
So
it makes sense.
he was a VIP for winning. Now you were a VIP for being the captain of team second place.
True story.
And you got second place to our amazing friend Lisa, who we keep talking about all week because we love her to death.
Yes,
We know she's listening. We're not going to keep harping on it. We did Lisa strong. We love her to death. I got to see her today. I don't know if I should be saying this, but I got to see her today. I delivered a little care package to her with some Lone Star gear and Champion Social stuff. Again, Lisa, love you to pieces.
Yeah.
Can't wait for you to be back on the pickleball court and on the felt with us.
I can't wait for it. Like, that's the only time I can actually win the match, teaming up with Lisa.
With Lisa, yeah. No, she's
I just can't take the loss, but I like. She's managed everyone to winning.
She's the pickleballer. Like the first time she stepped onto the court, like she just like owned all her souls, you know.
Yeah, it's at the right racket, and she started crushing everybody's and like making smashing everybody's.
And if you don't know Lisa, the moment you meet her, you just realize she's a winner. It doesn't matter if it's poker, tennis, pickleball. She crushes life, and she's gonna crush
So smart,
this.
competitive.
Yeah,
She got the
and she's about to crush this cancer thing that she's going through. And I'm not trying to downplay it by calling it a cancer thing. Like she's going to crush it because she is a winner in life. I'm gonna make myself start crying again, so I'm gonna move on. But Lisa, again, we love you, and we cannot wait
We just miss
to have you back here.
much
We do.
on this table, but at the same time, because she's just such a great player,
Just a
Like,
great person. Just
Yes, but also
Human.
is a great player. Like
Yeah.
I was thinking I might have a better chance.
a
in
better
this
chance. Yeah.
series,
Oh, for sure.
Just
No
because
doubt.
she's missing.
I've known Lisa for years, and I still see her on my table, and I'm just like, no, I don't want to tangle with you.
Look at it. Look at this table. Now we got the DJ on this table.
Who?
DJ.
No.
This is.
Dewante's on this table?
I'm not sure like how they like.
Is
make
DJ really
the
on this
feature
table?
Yes.
Where?
It's like next to Ray.
DJ's not here. Is he?
It's right there. Next to Julie.
Next to
Sorry,
Julie.
Julie
Oh,
and Lala.
we-
Between Julie and Lala.
He took Derek's spot. Now, for those of you that don't know Dewante Alexander, he goes by DJ.
One of the big crushers.
He is. I mean, and also one of the most fashionable guys that we know.
Oh,
As you
yeah.
can tell by that Pokemon sweater that he's sporting today.
Amazing. It's
Amazing.
already dominating the table. Right
Yeah.
there.
And we were talking about escape rooms earlier on the thread. That's the guy that actually got me into escape rooms.
Oh, okay.
He
Created a monster.
He literally it took him 6 months to wear me down. Like he's like, dude, seriously, you're going to love these. And I was like, yeah, they sound boring, blah blah blah, all this kind of stuff. Finally got me into one, and he took me to the best one possibly in the country. It's located in City Center. And I got through it. I said, oh my God, I'm obsessed. He goes, all right, listen, this is the best there is. So don't get too excited. And ever since then, we gamble on him. We travel for him.
Right.
Love DJ to death.
Very
we're-
cool guy, very nice player. Like, you know.
And I'm trying to figure out when's the next time a new player's going to get moved in that we don't know.
That's what happened when you're like keep drinking at the booth.
Yeah, exactly. And that's one of the fun things about having one of these events in your hometown.
True
You just
story.
know everybody.
Yes.
Now, another fun fact. When we got down to 16 players in the Big O event that was held last night or 2 nights ago, one of the two.
The one the scholar one.
Yes. 16 people left in the event. How many people do you think were from Houston, Texas? Or live in Houston?
Not sure. I'm not a
Just take a guess.
12.
Ray Henson was the only person that lives in Houston that was in the last 16.
Oh, wow.
Which goes and show you how many people came in from out of town for this series.
I mean, I'm not surprised because I
This series is-
know all the poker players in Houston,
Yeah.
but I was playing the main for 3-4 different tables.
Oh, it was Thursday. Not Fridays. I'm sorry.
But like a lot of people, I don't recognize it.
No, there's a whole group from Midland here. There's a whole group from Tulsa, Kansas City.
Austin,
Austin.
San Antonio, Dallas.
I mean,
everywhere.
And these events are just going to keep getting bigger. That looks like that is.
Oh, it's a 4-card
I'm
flush.
pretty sure that is Colin here from Houston also. I've been playing poker with him for about 10 years too. I'm pretty sure that's the Colin that I know.
According to the bet size here, we're seeing the bet from the small blind as a bluff. He turning into his pair to the bluff, the 4-card flush, which is great. But Colin on hijack happens to have a jack high flush here. In my opinion, you just gotta call it off.
And Colin does correctly make the call and puts it in there as Ray picks up his drink, so that
As usual.
he can talk with his mask down. Anyways, we're moving on to hand 54 of this feature table. We will have a break in 9 minutes and 48 seconds. And Colin, who moved to the table, and after picking out the pot, has propelled to the chip lead of this final table. Dara dipping down a bit. He's been very active, but Dara dipping down means absolutely nothing in relation to where he's going to finish.
And now all these players already know like how many people bag and also how much chips they have. So knowing that they're in like they want to keep their stack.
Absolutely.
They're not really trying to get more stacked at
Yeah.
this point because they really want to bag. So that's gonna make some things interesting, like who can actually make some.
We're going to have a
big
pretty
play
interesting hand here. So Law raised, and she's going to end up getting pushed out of this hand. Colin with the flat, Scotty on the button.
Ooh, this is a big hand.
Now with the stack size, flatting isn't the worst here.
Yes. I would definitely 3-bet here.
I would personally 3-bet, but also he's got kind of an awkward stack size. If the raise is already 20, if he makes it, in the 50 range, how much is he going to end up committing to the hand?
Since the Lala has 50% of his stack.
Exactly. Now this is going to drag DJ in here to set mine and stuff like that. But again, I do not mind Scotty's flat here on the button. I actually prefer that with his stack size in relation to Law stack size. And also, Scotty knows DJ could very easily squeeze behind. So with all this dead money, don't be shocked if DJ puts it in here.
No, I wouldn't shop. Yeah, I think it's just a great squeezing spot.
Great
Going
squeezes
there,
spot. Let
the
me
under
see if
the
I can
gun.
pull this up real quick, just see what the.
Under the gun. might
Yeah,
have
so
a very-
big blind is 8,000. He does elect to call. He doesn't want to. I think he knows that one of the spots would call him, and he doesn't want to flip.
And he doesn't have enough stack to have a fold equity.
Yeah, exactly.
Ooh, this.
So
He might have a.
Colin takes a commanding lead. Scotty might be kicking himself for not 3-betting this hand pre, but again, with his stack size in relation to DJ behind him and Law, the opener, I don't mind the flat at all.
But also, this is the one of the spot that I always worried that. Oh, he actually made a great fold on hands. Thing is, now Colin has a bigger stack than Scotty, and Scotty. I was gonna say Scotty had to call it off on the flop at least once with
one over and stuff like that
Yes.
in position.
pocket tens, but he made a great fold.
But also now I've known Colin for years, but Colin is not a poker player in Houston. He likes to play poker in Houston. There's a big difference. So I've known him for years. Scotty and Colin may have never met.
I see.
Now Scotty knows every other person on this table virtually.
Probably.
He doesn't know Colin. And also, the very last hand, Scotty turned his hand into a bluff, and Colin looked him up with that jack of spades.
Oh, you're right.
So,
That's the history, so
yeah, so he may not want to just tangle with him just yet. Not to say that Scotty's afraid to play back at
I
him.
think it's a great play by Scotty that he has enough stack he doesn't want to lose. He can always set mine with a big pair, like tens or nines.
Right.
You don't really have to go crazy.
You don't have to
and,
go crazy, but
lose all
again,
the
he knows that DJ is short behind him, and DJ's going to rip a lot of hands there. And when DJ rips and everyone folds, Scotty's going to look like a genius with these 2 tens.
True. Like you can see how the
And-
reacts after all.
Another fun hand brewing.
Man, Scotty's picking up some good hands here.
Scotty that has the 9-4.
Oh, it's a Colin.
Yeah,
Colin's
Colin is picking
been
up some
winning all the
hands.
hands.
And Law with a little bit less than 14 big blinds, and in the big blind.
She's definitely defending here.
Yeah,
100%.
yeah, we're not folding for sure. Colin raising it on the gun is going to probably prevent her from 3-betting. Probably.
I don't think she never won a 3-bet here. Like King Queen suited is way too strong to play the flop, especially against the early position raiser. You never want to blow up your equity. So on her shoes, I would call the raise 100% of the time. King Queen suited is just way too good hands to
We're not folding. We know that.
bet 3-bet fold.
Yeah,
So you
yeah.
can.
We're
You don't want to risk it.
Yeah, we're
always.
definitely not folding. With that part we know.
But she's going in a tank. She's thinking. She called. Okay, so no backdoor. 2, 3, 5 flop. Ace king. Probably gonna check back a lot of times. Oh, he actually bets. C bet 25k. Then make her fall.
Yeah, another disciplined play by Law. She's impressed me all week. I'm a little bit upset that this is the first time I've ever met her.
Oh, okay.
Because she's just been an absolute joy to be around this entire week. And I believe we're either 9 or 10 away from bagging this thing up.
Okay.
Now, 9 or 10 seems like a small number, but
It's
guys,
gonna take a while.
this is going to take a while. I
Yes.
mean, I fully expect this to go for at least another hour and a half.
Probably an hour and a half. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Especially knowing that it's the last.
I was about to say, you know what? An hour and a
Might be
half
even
would be
longer.
flight A and B.
Yes.
C, it might have been a little bit longer. Flight D, no
100%.
one wants to bust here.
Yes. You just have no other chance.
Exactly. So much equity to make day 2,
We have a DJ here, A7 suited on the button.
and not a lot of bigs either. This hand plays so well against so many blind hands with only 2 to beat. He's gonna move it in here. Yeah.
I mean, even if you get called.
Yeah, you have
flicking
so
a
much
lot of
equity.
times. Exactly.
This is gonna get through. And you know what? Like, for those that are just watching that are not as experienced in what's going on here, stealing those blinds here and going from 7.5 big blinds to 10 big blinds is so huge. Like, it's so big in your equity for the rest of the tournament.
What now we can see Dara was a chip leader on this table with over 300k. He didn't actually lose a hand, but as you can see his stack, he only had 180k, sitting with the little over 20 big blind.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to kick you.
It
No,
gives
I
you,
didn't mean to kick you. Sorry.
give you an idea that how valuable the blinds is.
Picking up blinds is how you win tournaments.
Exactly.
Me
Just
and
have
Ray,
to pick up the right spot.
me and Ray touched a bit on this the other day. Aggression wins tournaments. Timing wins tournaments. And you know what? Like, if you're listening to the stream and you manage to punt off a stack this series, don't sweat it, because people that know how to punt off a stack also know how to get chips.
Exactly.
You know, and you
Nothing
can't
wrong.
have one without the other.
Yes. Sometimes you're just gonna run into the nut, but
There's
just cannot be afraid of it.
very good friend of mine that is here that flew in from California yesterday to come play this event, and and we're gonna watch Law move all in here, and Ray raised it with the King Deuce of Spades, might save Law here, because now that Ray is behind Colin already raising, Colin may not think that his hand's very good. If Ray had just folded his hand first,
Yeah, they would have got it in a lot of times.
yes, there was no folding for Colin if Ray didn't raise up pot
With
first.
his deck size and
And that is one of the things that I
Power
absolutely
hand.
love about poker is timing is everything. Ray,
I can hear everything you're
and now, man, you know, super thin equity for one of those 2 to win the hand. But say it was ace 9 versus ace 10. If Ray doesn't open King Deuce of Spades there, lost tournament life's on the line.
Yes.
And it's the little things like that that really make this game so great. Now, Ray is going to open again here with the 2-8s.
my favorite player.
But that's another problem.
And now we got the ace queen from DJ, or sorry, from Law.
Wow.
Yeah, excuse me. So I fully expect Law to ship here. And now this may be a spot. Expect this hand to go a minute into the break, because if Law ships here, I don't think it's going to be a snap call from Ray, but I think we're going to eventually find a call.
I think Ray is gonna call, knowing that he's flipping a lot of times. But Lion's been pretty snug on this table, so it might give Ray to think that she probably never gonna shift it in with the 2 overs. But Ray has so much experience that he knows that he's just gotta get it in at this spot a lot of times. So I'm expecting Ray to call off this.
Not only that, and this is going to sound very unfair, but Ray knows the importance of min cashing into this tournament and getting to day 2, knowing that you can literally spin 3 big blinds into chip lead very quick.
Yes.
Full disclosure, I would not be where I am. Ray has been my mentor throughout my poker career virtually. He's the one that taught me that chips multiply and multiply and multiply. So he knows how important it is to just get to day 2 in a tournament like this. But at the same time, Ray's not afraid to try and win big flips.
Exactly.
And if he gets a big chip, he knows if he gets a big chip stack into day 2,
he has most chance.
it's go time. You know.
And also he has enough stack to play even if he loses his hands. So
Yes, exactly. No, he's obviously praying for a flipping situation here. And I told y'all, this was not going to be a snap call. He's going to take his time and think about it.
I think 8s is actually the bottom of his range. They can actually call off.
Yeah,
This
2
is
6s
when-
would be very in the muck. 2 6s would be in the muck.
Yes.
And 2 10s would have called already.
And also, La knows Ray. Ray knows La.
Exactly.
Like that's the situation. That's what I love about poker. Like 2 of the best players.
So many levels.
Right, and they're thinking each other's like what they're thinking, what they're opening, what they can 3-bet jamming, but
And
it's pretty.
I am in Ray folds. And you know what? Like,
I think it's
Ray's not going to need any validation from anybody in the booth. No, he's not gonna, he knows what he's doing. He's not going to ask her what she had.
No.
You know what? He knows what he's doing.
and also the fact that it was the last hand before the break.
There's
they
a-
can
yeah.
change some of the vectors.
For sure.
Little bit of it.
Very tough spot to be in right there. But you know what? There's absolutely no shame in folding the 2-8s there. There's no shame in
I
calling.
think it's actually the better to fold this spot because she knows that Ray's capable of calling to flip. Like she's not afraid of flipping.
Yeah.
So in my opinion, it's like Ray knows that Lies don't mind flipping in this situation, and Ray knows that Lies trying to flip it. Like worst case scenario, he's looking for 2 hours.
And don't forget about the fact that Ray just opened and folded 2-3
And
bet.
actually, he has the most high frequency aggression on this table. So
And not a shocker
Right.
at that by any point. So as you can see, everyone's on break. We're about to go to a color up. There is your aggression frequency. Now this is updated since Colin sat down. He's been in every pot.
right, but
everybody
Colin
else
just
has been
sat down
there.
on this table, so
Exactly.
his number is a bit.
These are a little bit
different.
skewed and stuff like
Ray
that.
has been on this table for like since the start. He has the most aggression. So
Absolutely. Here's your chip stacks. We're going to be on break for about another 10 minutes, and we're going to get back to the action here in a little bit.
When you come back, you'll have a new table.
And yes, and as I said, we are
gonna
going to be
switch the
moving
table.
tables to a new feature table. So while this table has been extremely fun, we will have a new set of players, and we will get back to you in about 10 minutes with a whole new set of players and live action from Champion Social Club here in Bel Air, Texas.
I guess they folded, huh?
Bike is on the whole time. Just a reminder.
What's that, bud? Just like me also? It is. You call it this. Are these working? It's not working now, are they? They are. You put in like
We're London thinking.
So button is here, so the button will still be here. That's a good one. Okay. Oh, slow play, son of a bitch. It's a good one. So we're moving back out here? Yeah, I'll wait till everyone gets here and then we'll get you. You guys are gonna go to table two, same seats. I'm gonna get everyone printed out and slip so they know. But yeah, you guys are gonna be on table two. I'm gonna bring someone in here to replace y'all. It's fun. It's just a fun, right? It is fun. Alright, that one's done. Alright, let me go print that shit out now. Yeah. That's the beauty, that's what I'm getting to. But if they ask a question, they answer the number. You may have to tell them about that. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And they could eat while they're counting. Did you want it? No number two. If you drive away, you better not fall asleep tonight. How are we getting? Good with other brothers? That was great, man. No, that's the keys. They're not leaving. They don't want that. Okay. Oh, okay. All right. I understand. Multiple ways. No, I understand. 6 for one. I'm locked in. Oh, you're locked in. It's a tough one. I feel like he's actually going to be close to real numbers. I'm actually going to use real numbers. I'm locked in. I've put them in. Our numbers are wrapped in. Oh! I'm no way. There's no way. There's no way. I said 905, he said 2,000. Holy shit. Correct. I like my son. They already moved it? I think it's going to be a phone. Yeah, I think it's on there. I'll let y'all know for 2,000.
Billion with a B. And on the second question was population of Houston. She said 100. Hey, you're our lot. How many escape rooms are there in the United States? Say it. I know what you're thinking. What's the actual question? I said 10,000, he said 905. That's the worst answer. The real answer is 2,300. That's the worst answer than 25 billion. That's the worst answer I've heard. You're an idiot. You pay 100. You know what you're doing? 65,000. Did you text him or something? What kind did you get? Was it work? Hey, meet me out in the parking lot. Who's telling us in the parking lot? Oh, DJ, there's 50 states. I hope y'all cheat it. Ask Mike. Mike, is that 23? Holy shit. Is that 23? I thought you were smart. I was incorrect. The real number is 23. Okay. And there's 25 billion people in Houston. No, 100K.
Alright, I made a mistake thinking this was actually materialized.
Did you ask myself?
Alright.
You don't have that bump thing.
How do you even keep the keys out in there? Still sitting there.
No, you're right.
I am trying to take one of the keys. Trying to do this for you guys.
Oh, you might get called.
Yes, please. Yeah, you're the far cable, same seat. No.
Okay.
A new cable's coming in to bring.
What? I'm waiting on you. I mean, it's about my time. Yes, sir. Alright, I'm playing one on top.
Can I ask you a question? So, I've never done like a feature film. So, you want me to now seat numbers?
That's it for me.
Folds, calls, raises, all of it, right? And announce each, like, fold, seat two, or two, fold, two, raise, okay. All ends, two, or.
When they raise, you just gotta tell me the amount of them.
Okay.
On ends, you don't have to.
Okay. And I've got a call, what, right?
I know, right? I was a team favorite.
Is this for the same event as well? So 5, 10, 10 right now, right? Or go on to it? Yeah, when we come back from break, it'll be 5, 10, 10. And then, are these markings right? So for the reader? Like that?
Yeah, I have to stay in between those lines.
Okay, so start here.
Yep.
Thank you.
Do you know where your button is? Yep. To the right.
Big is a good one. No.
I don't know either, but.
I've heard it. We are 10-handed on the board, but we're gonna skip 5. So start with Lisa 100K. What's your name?
John.
John, you're in the 4 seat. James, you're in the 6 seat. We're gonna leave 5 open. Now, to your right there is a table. Try not to kick that. Let me fix this really quickly. Let's pull this out of the way and let me fix this rug. What number are you? Well, this is the dealer's here. It's backwards. So 7's gonna be over here now.
No, you were right.
No, you did.
I was 2. I was 3, but nobody was 2.
Alright, so 2 is still empty. So you'll still be 3. You are you Merle? Merle? Okay. Alright. Alright, I'm going to need exact chip counts, please. Now, are you Mark? Okay.
Can they move on yours?
Yes, I did.
Thank you.
Yeah, 5, 6. Well, that's because there's nobody here. They all slid over. That's fine. I prefer it that way. All right. So you are Justin in the 6, 179. James. Lewis. 351. Justin. 449. Who's got one? 655 for Lisa. Which? 730. Okay. Oh, that's too much. That's 730.
No, 73,000.
Right. He gave you 730,000. John? 205. And Mark?
453.
453. Where was your button? In the on Justin. Okay, so Mark's to the big blind now. Okay, if you have not seen this, it's on the feature table, Facebook and Twitch and YouTube, the feature table. Share with your friends. We don't allow headphones or phones at the feature table, so turn them off and don't use them. Okay? If you need to use them, you need to step away from the table out of camera. Okay? So you can't have it while you're at the table. So if you want to jump on right now and share this for your friends to see, you can, and then put them away and don't pull them out. When you get your cards, put them in the box in front of you. You can see up here these yellow boxes. They will turn blue when your card is red. That's all. Our dealer is going to announce all the action so we can track everything. Any questions?
Can you guys keep your masks on?
Keep your masks on over the nose. You are in the 7, James.
And just real important, if we lose someone here, I need to
Yeah,
know that
I'll
immediately.
immediately tell you.
Thank you. I have one question. So the 2 is missing, Lisa's in 1?
The 2 is missing, Lisa's in 1.
Okay, so 2, 3.
Is the 2 better for you, Lisa? Yeah, okay. 1, yeah, blank. 3, 4, 5, and 6 are blank. 7, 8, 9, 10. As soon as that turns blue, you can take them off.
You good?
I'm good.
All right, guys, we'll get put in there.
5,000, 10,000.
All right, let's go to work. One fold.
Stack them on top of each other. It's better. Yep, you're good.
We are back with a whole new table.
The original crew is at the bar. So this is Eric Anderson, the owner and operator of the feature tables, stepping in to commentate until they get back. James raises to 21,000 with the ace jack. It will be interesting to see how the new players react to the feature table. A lot of times it will take a couple of hands for the players to adjust and get comfortable. Mark calls in the big blind with the 7-6 offsuit. Flop comes out ace-8 tray. James is way in front. Mark has some backdoor draws and checks. James continues for 20,000, and that will be the end of the hand. We have 37 players left. We will play down to 12% of the field. That is 32 players. When the next 5 players busts, we will bag for the day and come back at 2 p.m. in 12 hours and start all over again. Day 2, everyone will be in the money. It looks like they were having a lot of fun back here. There are 5 shots behind me on the table. 3 moves all in with pocket jacks. It doesn't look like anybody except for Lewis on the button has anything to defend. Let's see what he does with pocket 9s. It's only 73K. He's got 346. I expect him to call here. He's asking for a count. And he calls. Mark and Lisa will both fold. And Lewis is looking for a 9. $73 total. Our chip count is going to be accurate. They just came in. Heads up. Butch is looking to dodge a 9. He has 1 out left. The 9 of clubs has been folded. And it's done. The 9 of diamonds comes, but it gives Butch a flush. He was worried for a second. He didn't realize he had the flush. Quick double. 171,000 chips. $265 entries on flight D. That puts Butch up to 17 big blinds. Lisa at the top with 63 big blinds with her 635,000 chips.
Four fold, 7 fold.
Butch is going to walk in with another premium hand, the king and the queen.
9 fold.
Hello, Chris.
Hello.
You missed a quick double from Butch.
Butch.
He had jacks against 9s, and it held.
All right, catch me up on all the action here.
We are in hand 3. We had an all-in and a call.
Is that little Lisa at the top of the leaderboard? Is that Lisa Smith?
I don't know Lisa Smith. This is the lady in the 1 seat with all the chips.
Let's see.
630K as soon as this...
Now, I really hope it kind of is, because if I was wrong, then I'm going to feel really bad. Because Lisa Smith I've known for 10 years. Hopefully we get a quick glance at her in a second when we follow the players around here. Not too much to go on here for this hand. We got 2 8s and the hijack.
Jameson or Rumple? You want Jameson or Rumple? Jameson. That mic doesn't matter. We're on this mic. This is just for, it's for hearing. So Jameson. I would have gone either way.
Hey, it is Lisa Smith.
Look at that.
With all the chips up top.
I have known Lisa for a long time. I did not realize that she was still in this field, but to be honest with you, I'm not shocked at all. If I said this about someone else earlier today, and I will say it again about her right now. If Lisa wins this event on day 2, it will end 6 hours shorter than it should have. She can run up a chip stack and she can crush a bunch of souls.
Just a steamroller.
She puts people to the test. I mean, I've known her, nearly a decade now, and she is not afraid to send it to the middle, that is for sure. John Bennett, one of my personal heroes in life, sitting there with 17 big blinds. We're 5 off the money here, 5 away from bagging. 17 big blinds is a ton.
Yeah.
There's no one here at this feature table that's in any immediate danger. I feel like as the years go by, everyone's knowledge of the poker world continues to grow. Lewis picks up 2 aces here with over 300K, but not a whole lot going on for anybody else. I think back in the day, someone would look down at 20 big blinds and be like, oh my God, I'm in danger. But nowadays, I really think people are starting to realize that 17 big blinds is
everything. Yeah,
it's an eternity.
That's a lot.
And especially in a structure like this one, the average stack that's constantly sitting.
And they're coming back tomorrow with 40-minute levels.
40 minutes tomorrow. Whenever you look up at the clock and you see the average stack is, like right here, it's 286,000. 294,000. We just lost a player. It looks like so. Well, maybe not. I don't know. Whatever. Hey, you're behind if you only have 210,000. You may be behind the average stack, but in relation to the actual amount of big blinds that you have, it really doesn't matter.
Yes.
You don't need to worry about what the average player has. You need to worry about what you have.
Right. For example, we have Lone Star Series Pro Hayden was sitting with 60K.
He had 60K on the stone bubble, and he bagged almost 400, right?
Close to 500K.
Yeah.
Yes.
And now at that point, we're at 10K big blind. He had 6 big blinds. Yeah, that's danger zone, right?
Yes.
We're going to have to find a hand, and I think he picked up 2 jacks and doubled, but then he just didn't quit there. He just, and that's what I was talking about right before we went to break.
So fast.
Chips multiply and multiply and multiply so quick. That is why poker is so great. You never have to quit. You never can quit because one chip can multiply. I used to roll my eyes so hard when I was a young kid. When I was 16, 17, 18, chip in a chair. Anything can happen. I'm like, yeah, right. It really can happen.
You always have to fight to the death that you have a chance to chip it up.
And we're about 2 years now into this whole new wave of structures of a big blind ante, which I personally love so much. Speeds up the game. There's
the game.
There's no downside to it, in my opinion. Whenever you have a big blind ante and you have one single chip, you can still win all of the ante in there. It's so huge to your chip stack.
I can't disagree. It's just change the game a lot too.
So if you're ever short and you make it through the blinds and all of a sudden you're on the button, you have a marginal hand, you don't really need to ship all buttons. No. You can just wait 6 more hands and find a better hand.
Actually, for all the big tournaments, the bigger buying tournaments, people even big pros, they fold down to 3 or 4 big blinds because they know it's
multiply.
I think that's another common mistake for a lot of people, that when they're shorter than 20 bigs, they just think that they have to ship it in.
They have to make a hand. But
exactly. But that's very, very wrong. That, in my opinion, that makes actually a lot of good players and the bad players. That good players just can manage it even if they're short.
Exactly. I could not agree with you more.
Let's take a shot, and then I'm going to go help him watch the bubble.
Sounds good.
What is it?
Rumpleman?
That is Rumpleman.
I'll take
Now, we're on a little bit of a delay, so it is not past 2 a.m. here, but we're going to take a shot real quick. as Eric exits the booth and goes and holds down the fort.
Ooh, strong. Well, this feature table, we see some
We're going to see some new faces for
new
you.
faces, but also very familiar faces.
Yeah, John Bennett, I know you've seen on
John
tour
Bennett
before.
is like big crusher. He's a big tournament like successful player. And we see the Lisa is one of the local player.
heroes, man.
local heroes.
And before you step into the booth, I mentioned the fact that she is one of those guys that is going to be putting a lot of chips into the pot. She's pedal to the metal. Also, guys, she's no stranger to punishing bubbles. We're only 4 away from getting to a bag. I expect her to be opening a lot of pots if people do not get it her way.
Yeah. She's leading a chip. She's a chip leader on this table.
10 raised, 65,000. Sevenfold. Ninefold.
And now we're expecting more tight play at this point, and we're 5 to the begging. And on the last flight, Elisa is chip leader. Jonathan is the shortest stack on this table. But probably Jonathan is one of the players that knows how to manage the shortest stack. So he's not, I don't think he's like uncomfortable with his stack.
3-fold. 4-fold. 7 raised. 22,000. 9-fold. 10-fold.
All right, guys. So as we pick up the action here, James with Ace King suited. I told you guys, Lisa is not going to be afraid to see flops, and she's not going to be afraid to make people uncomfortable.
Oh, we're gonna see some
And
action.
there's going to be some action here. And if a diamond comes on the turn, it is game on. I fully expect a check raise here, since we're so close to the bubble. I don't think she's just going to move in. Well, again, I'm just wrong.
I personally like flatting here, knowing that she knows she has a top pair, just beating a lot of bluff.
And
doesn't want to blow up her equity.
I wholeheartedly agree with you. Now, if we were 19 away from the bubble, I would say that. Typically, in my own
Right. She actually needs to put more pressure.
and look at this, just
like
leading
that.
out exactly.
She's just leading out.
I think she had a game plan here, and I told y'all, pressure.
Yep.
She is going to make people feel uncomfortable.
7. All in.
James correctly moves it in here.
It actually saves some Lisa's chips here.
Possibly.
She's smart enough
I
to call off with the top pair. With
Yeah,
a
I
very,
can't
very bad
imagine a
kicker.
call here. Now, I can't. I don't want to say this is an auto fold. I don't want to be wrong here. I love the way that Lisa played this hand. I really do.
Yes, I think that actually got her saved more chips. Because if James just double barrel, Lisa's never gonna fold the top pair. She might ended up losing a lot more chips.
Well,
than
I
she's
mean,
supposed to.
she let out on turn though.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
by letting out on the turn, I don't hate it. Especially the turn was to fill up the straight draw like the queen jack, and she can still have the hard draw. So I actually love her playing here.
Yeah,
And
and
it
I
should save
doubt
a lot of chips.
I doubt like even a bigger sizing on the turn would have worked. But you know what? Good on James for look. We cannot harp on this enough in our own professional opinions. Professional. We're not professionals. In our own opinions here in the booth.
And a
here.
drunk opinion.
Yeah, in our drunk opinions. Flight D of this main event. Good on James for just saying, you know what? if I get busted here with 4 away from bagging with this hand, you got it.
Yes.
Especially after that board texture. That was a terrible turn
Right.
card for his hand.
Yes.
Absolutely awful.
Even if the James was bluffing, I don't think his least is hardly like call off. That's the whole stack.
Also, it should be worth noting that this is not a table redraw. This is a table that was together at a
playing-
different table. They've been
exactly.
playing together,
Yes.
and they got moved to the feature table.
Yes.
So I don't know how long Justin and Lisa have been playing together for this tournament, this fight, or whatever
So
else.
They have enough information each other.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And there's zero. I'm going to tell everybody right now. Lisa's been active. I've seen only 4 hands that she's played. I
Yes.
guarantee you, she didn't pick up 600K by winning for 2 aces.
There's no way.
No, there's just
No.
there's not.
I
So
think that's also the like very very good opportunity for all the audience are watching this stream that see one of the best player playing like 5 to the bubble and a chip lead. Like I think it is a really like educational streaming too,
It-
for all
it-
the poker players.
no doubt, and it doesn't matter if you're a recreational player or if you do this for a living. Now, I will say, quite possibly, we might be giving off a little bit too much information about some of these players. But at the same time, this is something that I would expect from anybody else in the booth
Right.
about a local
think
Houston tournament.
That's what we're here for.
That's what we're here for.
Yes.
And also, after just watching this last hand that we didn't even mention, Lisa just opened Jack 5 off and took the blinds.
Yes.
So anything that I've said prior to this, I didn't need to say because you just watched Lisa get after it with the Jack 5-0. And she's just going to continue to do it.
Yes, she's leading chip lead is 5 to the bubble. Everyone's to back. It's actually the time that you need to pull
Put
up your
pressure,
aggression
absolutely.
and pressure all the people. You know.
Now, that being said, I 1,000,000% agree. This is the time to be putting pressure on. A little bit contrarian to that.
Sorry to
Sev-
cut off here. I think the Lisa is have a good enough hands to open here from the cutoff.
Oh,
And
no,
I
she's
see that
opening.
John Bennett is one of the
It-
best player I can tell.
Yeah.
Has a good hands that he can never gonna flag here. But wow, he made a fold here.
No.
Oh no, it's just
I knew when that hand disappeared that was just wrong. There was 0%
yes,
chance of
I
that
was
happening.
I was gonna be shocked.
No, there was no
He's
way.
just too good to know that when he's gonna put his chips on.
Yeah, there was no chance that was correct. That he folded there, and this is going to get through. So going back to what I was saying, I absolutely believe that chip leaders need to put pressure on the bubble.
Yes, 100%.
I'm very okay with that. The only downside to this in this particular circumstance here, I'm going to try and pull up this graphic real quick of the stack sizes. Butch with 14 big blinds is the only person at the table that can really be bullied. Somebody with the other shortest stack is 18 big blinds. Yeah.
That's not a really short
they have room to play.
Yes, that's not a really short
No.
stack. It is short stack compared to like the big stack.
One part of like this is kind of a bad beat for Lisa, who likes to put pressure on the bubble, is the fact that there's no one that is handcuffed to having to fold every hand, trying to limit to the money. Now, granted, 14 to 18 to 20 big blinds is not a ton,
But you
but
have
you
a fold
can
equity.
fold for forever.
Exactly.
And
And
what I-
also, when you have a hand, you can like 3-bet jam or open jam or even open. There's a lot of fold equity to make even the bigger stack to fold it.
Absolutely. And as I say that, I do realize the fact that there's a good chance that we're in this booth for another 2 hours with only 4 to go.
Yeah, I mean, I can't disagree because even like the one that you bagged, or
Man, that went for forever. I'm
they
not gonna
went.
lie.
I heard that they went forever. Even the next flight,
Now,
they had to
granted-
play the bubble for like 2 levels.
Yeah, we were over an hour for sure. Flight B was over an hour. I'm not sure about Flight C. I did not get that information. But I will say that I will say that Flight A went so long, over an hour, there was at least a minimum of 6 all-in survivals. Not like all-in and everyone folded.
Right.
All in
and call,
flips,
You flip,
showdowns.
you win.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So-
Like you always have a chance to win.
Always
And
have
it
a
doesn't
chance to
matter
win.
your shorts. I've seen a lot of things that a shortest stack on the whole tournament actually double up, and become a chip leader. So I
Whoa,
mean,
hold
everyone
on.
has
I
a
just
chip.
heard Eric Anderson say, I think we're done. Hold on, kids. I just said we're going to go another 2 hours.
Might have another
and
knockout
people
from on
are.
the table.
I see clapping. I see fist bumps. I see people counting their chips.
Wow.
I don't know what the hell just happened. Are they done?
Yeah, I follow.
Oh my God, we have a Ray Hansen in the booth that he says that he's the bubble.
Do you care?
Huh?
Do you care?
No.
Ray had to just walked in and just. I mean, I overheard Eric Anderson saying that I think we're done. Well, they're shuffling now, so.
They should be done.
I don't know. Okay, guys, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know what's going on. I heard Eric Anderson
They're not
here.
going another round.
I heard Eric Anderson say, I think we're done. And Ray just walked into the booth and said that he bubbled with 2 kings, I think.
Twice.
Oh,
Twice in one table.
he said it twice.
God bless. Well, this has been a very biased commentary throughout the week, and we're not shy about it. I'm very upset that Ray managed to bubble this entire main event twice in one day.
If I'm not wrong, he actually bubbled yesterday
You got in,
too.
what did you say, 2 kings versus ace king and...
No. My very last hand, king queen versus ace king and 2 queens. I mean versus.
And dealer just spread the deck, so which means everyone start counting their stack for tomorrow. Yeah, see everybody smiling here.
We are done. They lost 2 players on the outside table.
All right, guys, that is official news. We are down to the final day 2 roster.
Congrats for everybody who is still in the tournament, the day 2.
Yeah, and guys, we will be back here. Man, that is an ugly mug right there. I can only say that because it's my friend. But we are coming back to day 2 tomorrow at 2 p.m. I will not be in the booth. Well, I will be eventually because I have no shot to
Chris
win.
Birchfield, who is in the booth, made a pretty hips
I guess
on
I'll
a
be
first.
in the booth tomorrow all day.
Flight A will be playing tomorrow, so let's cheer for him. We hope he wins tomorrow.
There's a lot of local heroes here that are in day 2. Guys, I don't know what to say. If I don't get to say any more commentary over tomorrow, I would like to tell everyone it's been a pleasure. This Lone Star Poker Series 2 has been an absolute blast to commentate. It's been an absolute blast to be a part of. Number 3 is coming in a couple months. We don't know the exact dates, but we'll get back to you on that. We are at Champion Social here in Bel Air, Texas. For myself, Ray Henson, Eric Anderson, Sun Kim, Derek Contreras, Tom Hudson, Alex Optional,
and Jonathan.
Everyone else is going to be back in the booth tomorrow, commentating on day 2 of the main event. Over 75,000 minimum for first. I expect it to be 80. We'll figure it all out tomorrow. From all of us here at Champion Social, thank you all for tuning in. And good night. Get some rest.
For watching and hearing us.
Yep. And
We
cheers.
had so much fun because of you guys.
Cheers to y'all. We'll see y'all tomorrow.
Yeah.